We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy with Canelo Alvarez like we do with everybody else. Now, I got a couple comments first. There's a difference between a fanboy and an actual boxing fan. A fanboy will justify any fight. A fanboy will celebrate any fight. I mean, I give you an example. You get a Tank Davis fanboy saying that him beating Frank Martin was one of the best fights of his career, and that makes him a pound for pound fighter. That fight didn't do nothing for Tank Davis. I mean, let's be honest and unbiased. Frank Martin's never been a world champion. He's a nobody in the sport of boxing. He's a 30-year-old virgin. It's pointless. So when we talk about Canelo Alvarez and we talk about keeping the same energy with Canelo, like we do with Tank, like we do with everybody else, you can't switch it up. You just can't. Now, I'm going to read you the report. According to Salvador Rodriguez Chava from ESPN, he says Canelo Alvarez next fight reportedly could be Edgar Berlanga or Jermall Charlo. Think about it. Let that set in. Edgar Berlanga is a guy who's never done anything in the sport of boxing. Ain't never beat nobody. Ain't never won anything. Edgar Berlanga, I could wipe my ass with this man's resume. Edgar Berlanga is nothing. It's nothing in the sport of boxing. And this is probably one of the most pointless fights. Think about it like this. People are mad because I say, I don't want to see Canelo fight Berlanga. I don't want to see Canelo fight Charlo. Canelo only has so many fights left in his illustrious career. Wouldn't you want to make all of those fights meaningful? Why would you want to go back and fight guys like Edgar Berlanga, who's it's not a big money fight. It's a pointless fight in all reality. And yet there's some people applaud Edgar Berlanga. I don't. The fight I want to see next is Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez. That's it. David Benavidez needs to activate his mandatory, and he got the fight. It's that simple. It's that simple. If Canelo rejects the fight and vacates his belt, that's a duck. Period. But this route where Canelo's looking to fight a guy like Edgar Berlanga, that's trash. Okay. Now, if he doesn't pick Edgar Berlanga, he fights Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo, this man is a full-blown crackhead, got slapped by Caleb Plant. The man looked horrible in his return fight and hasn't had another fight since. The man is constantly drunk, getting arrested. Jermall Charlo is not a worthy Canelo Alvarez opponent at this point. Edgar Berlanga is not a worthy Canelo Alvarez opponent at this point. And I'm going to tell you this. This when I started supporting Canelo. I supported Canelo a long time ago, and people call me a fanboy, and they say, you'll never keep the same. I've always kept the same energy. Always. I supported Canelo because he was fighting everybody, daring to be great. The man has been undersized, risking it all. Canelo Alvarez has showed us and made us all fans because he's put in the work, willing to fight anybody and everybody. But Edgar Berlanga, I'm not going to support that fight. Jermall Charlo, I'm not going to support that fight. I'm just not. I'm not supporting the Terence Crawford fight either. That's a cherry pick. Canelo Alvarez, best option is David Benavidez, or move up to 175, take on a new challenge. But Berlanga, nobody wants that. Nobody wants Charlo. And nobody wants Bud. These are fanboy fights. These are fights where only fanboys applaud them. So, look, let me get to these comments first because I got a lot of people in here weighing in, and we just want to go ahead and do this. Let me get through some of these comments real quick. My brother, Servicello Music says, Nuke, Chava is always wrong, though. Chava is always wrong, but occasionally Chava gets it right. And look, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not calling Canelo a duck. I'm not slandering his name. I'm saying if he fights Edgar Berlanga, if he fights Jermall Charlo, those are trash fights, garbage fights. I won't pay for them, and I won't stand behind Canelo Alvarez as he fights those guys. Those are pointless, stupid fights that he shouldn't be taking at this point in his career. He should take meaningful fights. If it was a tune-up, but, at the end of the day, if Canelo had said, okay, I'll fight Charlo Berlanga, but I'm going to fight Benavidez next. We have a deal in place. I have no problem with it. If you got a deal to fight Benavidez, but you're fighting Charlo or Berlanga, okay, so be it. That means Benavidez signed off, but we're going to get that fight right after. That's okay. But if you're fighting Berlanga, Charlo, and there's no tentative deal in place, and we don't know what you're going to do next, I'm not applauding that trash. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a guy who's always respected and supported Canelo Alvarez. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. My brother Rusev, I'm a big Canelo fan, but these fights are trash. Thank you. Thank you. And this is coming from fellow Canelo fans. The guys that are applauding these fights are fanboys. If there's no Benavidez, no big fight attached to it, I'm not supporting this. I'm just not. El Dude, salute to El Dude. El Dude says Benavidez refused the WBC Mando, skipped 2 extensions. Time is running out for September pay-per-view with Canelo versus who? Need time to prepare? Who's available? Now I'm going to tell you this, El Dude. Salute to you. And thanks for chiming in. I appreciate the comment. I'm going to tell you this. If Canelo Benavidez have a tentative deal for May of next year, and this is just a fight to get done, I have no problem with it. Kudos to Canelo for making a Benavidez fight, and this fight would be a stay busy fight. But if you don't have the Benavidez fight in the bag, and these are just the fights you're going to take, and they don't make any sense. I'm sorry, they don't make any sense. If these are the only fights that you have on the table, it does not make any sense. It doesn't. Now, if he has Benavidez on a backdoor of a deal, perfect. But if he don't, and these are the fights, the only fights available that he has on the table and no Benavidez fight, and he doesn't know what he's going to do, these fights are unacceptable. They're trash. And as a Canelo fan, I'll tell you that. As a Canelo fan, I'll keep the same energy. As a Canelo fan, I won't switch up. At the end of the day, I'm going to keep the same energy with Canelo like I do with Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford not fighting Boots Ennis. I got a problem with that. I called that a duck. I said that's an issue. He need to be getting that smoke with Boots Ennis. But I didn't hear nobody having a problem with that. Look, all I'm doing is keeping the same energy. Now, on the other hand, with David Benavidez, he needs to activate his mandatory. If he don't activate his mandatory and force the Canelo fight, then you can never say Canelo ducked you. But even by that same token, fighting Charlo Berlanga is unacceptable. Canelo needs to fight a better class of opponent than those guys, period. Primetime 89, salute to Primetime 89. And he says, so he paid Skull step-aside money to fight Berlanga? That makes no type of sense, Nuke. I agree. See, for me, the way I was looking at it is when he paid step-aside money for the William Skull fight, I'm like, okay, he wants to stay undisputed. He wants a big fight. There has to be something great on the horizon. But if there's an Edgar Berlanga fight on the horizon, that's trash. If there's a Terence Crawford fight on the horizon, that's trash. If there's a Jermall Charlo fight on the horizon, that's trash. I don't want any of those 3 fights. Those are trash. Boxing fans has not been asking for Terence Crawford, Edgar Berlanga, or Jermall Charlo over the last 2 years. No one's give a shit about those 2 fights, those 3 fights. No one has. People want to see Canelo Benavidez. If Benavidez has activated his mandatory and him and Canelo got a deal in place, I'm okay with these fights because they're a stay busy fight until May. I'm fine with it. May, December, whenever Canelo wants to get it in. But make no mistake, these fights are tune-ups. These fights are garbage. These fights are stay busy fights. These fights are fights that Canelo Alvarez cannot be taken as his best fight of the year. That don't make sense. It doesn't. Now, I would assume Canelo paid Skull step-aside money for a big, big fight. That's what I would assume. A Jermall Charlo fight is not a big, big fight. It's just not. Edgar Berlanga fight is not a big, big fight. Eddie Hearn posted the other day, and Eddie Hearn said he believes that Edgar Berlanga is next for Canelo Alvarez. I don't know if that's true or false. I know sometimes Eddie talks out of his ass. Sometimes he keep it real. Eddie waffles back and forth, so I don't know what to expect from Eddie Hearn. But if Canelo's fighting Edgar Berlanga, fight nobody asked for, nobody wanted, it's unacceptable unless there's a David Benavidez fight on the other end of that deal, unless he got a Benavidez fight coming up right after that. But those 2 fights, they're trash. And I won't support them if there's no other big fight attached to it. Time is running out. We got to get the fights we want. We got to get the fights we want. Because right now it's looking, when you're chasing greatness, when you want to put everybody to shame, when you want to get that smoke in, you got to do what you got to do. And these fights suck. These fights suck. I'm just telling you, these fights suck. Hold on, I got even more comments. Exactly. I'm going to drop the link too in case anybody wanted to chime in on this. Anybody want to chime in with the landlord? Make your piece. Say what you got to say. Go ahead and click the link. But I'm going to tell you this. The link has been dropped. And the way I see the Canelo Benavidez fight, I think Canelo beats Benavidez 10 times out of 10, in my opinion. There's no reason why that fight can't get made. There's no reason why that fight don't make sense. That's the only thing I want to see. It's the only thing I want to see. I mean, come on. Oh, man, the link has been dropped. I got some people ready to come backstage. Come on backstage. Click the link. Let's go. Untouchable Raider, what's good with you, my brother?
What's good, IVFE? How are you, my man?
Good. What do you think about these reports coming out saying that Canelo Alvarez could be fighting Edgar Berlanga or Jermall Charlo? Those are the two names that are being discussed. What are your thoughts on that?
I do not want to see that fight, man. Berlanga is overrated. Charlo couldn't even drop Jose Benavidez.
I mean, do you think that we're going to ever get the Benavidez fight? Do you think Canelo's maybe saying, I'm going to take the Benavidez fight in May, we're going to work on that? Or these are the only fights that he's really considering and he's not even looking at Benavidez?
I hope so, man. I hope so he really makes that fight. But, I'm not going to – I'm gonna say what I got to say when the truth comes out, when it's confirmed. But right now, we don't know. I hope so, though.
I mean, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think that these fights at this point, how does Canelo sell these fights? Because I don't know who wants to pay for Canelo Charlo, and I don't know who wants to pay for Canelo Berlanga. What's the pay-per-view numbers on that
fight? I'm not paying for that fight, but the hardcore Canelo fans are, but I'm pretty sure a lot of Berlanga and Charlo meat riders are.
even the Charlo Berlanga meat riders, it's only two of them. So I can't even imagine that's going to move the needle on any of this.
Right, and but I think Berlanga's overrated. I think Canelo smokes him. Canelo destroys Charlo.
Oh man, Canelo. In my opinion, I'll tell you this: I think Canelo stops Charlo at this point. Charlo can't make it at
Charlo's
this point. Not against Canelo.
Charlo's not even in the street no more. He's not even in the gym no more.
Oh no. Canelo's putting Charlo to sleep, in my opinion, and Canelo's putting Berlanga to sleep, in my opinion. I don't think either one of those guys survived 12 rounds with Canelo.
I 100% agree. But, I hope the fight does happen. I hope Benavidez enforces mandatory. I hope they do fight. But, we'll see at the end of the day, man.
Absolutely. One more question for you, my brother. Let's say David Benavidez enforces his mandatory and Canelo refuses to fight him. What happens then? What would you call that?
Say it one more time.
Let's say David Benavidez enforces his mandatory and Canelo refuses to fight him. What would you call that? Would you call that a duck?
I would say a duck, of course.
All right. And if David Benavidez doesn't enforce his mandatory, stays at 175 and simply says, well, Canelo didn't want to fight me, then that means you can never call it a duck because when you had a chance to enforce your mandatory, you didn't do it.
You didn't make it, man. You didn't take the chance.
Absolutely. I would hope that Canelo has paid step-aside fee to William Skull for a reason, and Berlanga and Charlo can't be that damn reason.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Thank you for jumping on Untouchable. Salute, family.
Thank you so much. Have a good one, IVFE.
You too, my brother. Devin, what's good?
Yo, Nick, what's up, bro? As soon as I saw the Michael Benson report about the Berlanga fight, I knew, okay, Nick's going to talk about this one.
What are your thoughts on the Berlanga Charlo? What are your thoughts on those two fights?
Terrible. Like, there's no excuse for that fight. That's not even like, because at least with like the Crawford fight, you could say, well, it's gonna sell big pay-per-views. Like, I don't know what the point of a Berlanga or a Jermall Charlo fight is. There's no mandatory, no legacy, no belt, no money. I mean, nobody wants to see that fight. Like, I think even the LDBC broke up with Jermall already.
Those are horrific fights, and even with the Crawford fight, there's no legacy for Canelo. And I'm gonna tell you this, even then, it's a cherry pick because this guy moving up too many weight classes. You know, I find it funny when people say Jermall Charlo. Everybody said before their fight that was a great fight for Canelo. Don't count him out. He might beat Canelo. Then after the fight, after Canelo washed him, they says, "Oh, that was a cherry pick." They're doing the same thing with Bud. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to keep reliving history. Can we just get the Benavidez fight or a more competitive fight? Why do we got to get these garbage fights to be talked about?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, I wouldn't like the Crawford fight either. I'm just saying, like, I could at least understand for the money wise. But with Jermall and Berlanga, there's no reason whatsoever. No money, no legacy, no belts, and like, not even the LDBC wants to see that. I've already seen the Kai, TBN, like they've said, oh, Jermall's washed, he's done, he's trash, and they moved on to like other fighters already. So like, the only fight I'll accept for Canelo at this point is either Benavidez or even Morel at this point. Anybody but Berlanga.
Absolutely, and I think those would be great fights. Canelo, Benavidez, Canelo, Morel. Those are great fights. Canelo fighting at 175, trying to get undisputed in another weight class, making another run at it. I'm okay with that. Even in my opinion, and I don't care what anybody says about this, I'd rather see if M. Billy wins his next fight. I'd rather see Canelo versus him. I think that'd be a more fan-friendly fight for me. But I don't want to see Charlo, who's got slapped up, who's been drunk, who looked like he's not even in shape. And then you got Berlanga, who you can wipe your ass with his entire resume. Those are two garbage fights, bro.
I mean, honestly, the only thing that could be worse than that is the Demetrius Andrade fight. But other than that, these two are the worst possible fights possible. Like, with Berlanga, he does not deserve a title shot at Canelo. He has done nothing. He's fought nobody. Not even, like, I don't even think he's fought a top 10 fighter yet at some middleweight. And then Charlo, hold on.
I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to interrupt you, my brother. But this guy in the comments says Bud is a way better fight, especially if he smokes Israel at 54. First off, Israel. See, but this is what I mean. Meat rodding. You got a Bud Crawford meat rodder right here, and I like Bud Crawford. I think he's a great fighter, excellent fighter. Weight classes completely different. Nobody wants to see that fight. Nobody asked for that fight. You got a section of Bud Crawford meat lovers who feel like, oh, let me get them Bud Crawford meat lovers pizza. That's these guys calling in asking for meat lovers. Nobody wants that trash. We want Canelo Benavidez. Why is Bud not focused on getting a fight with Boots? Why is he trying to cash out for a Canelo payday? We want the best fights. That shit don't make sense because the moment Canelo beats him is, oh, he was so small. He moved up. He dared to be great. Let's get the fights we want.
And if Canelo does fight, but these guys are going to be the first ones to say, oh, my God, it was because of racism. The judge was racist. They're going to say that Canelo was too big. He cherry-picked. And they're going to say that he's ducking somebody else. Like, these are going to be the first guys to say that.
And look, here's his response. Jermall or Berlanga aren't half the fighter Bud is. You're not understanding, buddy.
I mean, Bud is half their size, so I guess he's kind of right.
he's not understanding. These fighters are in different weight classes, you idiot. I mean, it's like making a comparison and saying, let's go to heavyweight. Dillian White ain't the fighter Bud is. Of course not, but they're in different weight classes. It don't make sense for Bud to go up to heavyweight and fight Dillian White because it don't make sense. These guys have lost their train of thought trying to fanboy. Sometimes when you're so big on fanboy, Errol Spence is not a great fighter. Bud said he was a hype job. I don't want to see Bud Crawford, who's been dropped at 47, going up to 68. It just don't make sense. I don't want to see Berlanga, and I don't want to see Charlo. It don't make sense. You need to want the best fights. You need to want guys in their own weight classes or weight classes they should be fighting in. Because if Bud want to be undisputed at 68, he needs to campaign at 68. And fighting a 154-pound fighter in Israel Mandramov does not mean you're ready for 168. What sense does that make, Devin? Oh, I can beat a guy at 54. That don't mean shit at 168.
I mean, that's like saying if Keyshawn said if Keyshawn knocks out Kambosos, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fight Crawford at 147. It don't work like that, buddy. But like the thing with Errol Spence is like a lot of these Bud Crawford fanboys used to be like Errol Spence fans, and these guys were saying that, oh yeah, if Errol Spence moves up to Canelo, he's gonna knock him out. And I'm like, I don't even know what to say about these guys.
And shout out to Legendary Knights. How is someone who was in the top 10 pound for pound not a great fighter? Jermall Charlo was in the top 10 pound for pound. He was undisputed at 54. He beat 154-pound fighters. So Bud is ready for Canelo by beating the guy who won Charlo's vacant title. But Jermall was not worthy opponent for Canelo. That don't make any sense. His logic is off.
And Jermall's bigger than Crawford, way bigger. And like they said, oh, Jermall's too small. He cherry picked them. It was racism. And that's gonna be the same excuses when Bud moves on and gets knocked the fuck out. It gets a black smacked off of him.
Exactly. And I feel like it's more of a situation where Bud is going in there trying to survive and hoping he can get a decision before he gets clocked. I don't want to see that kind of fight. I want to see Bud get the boot smoke. I want to see Bud get the smoke in his own weight classes. Let him get that smoke. I think the best fights that everybody's been asking for the last few years is Canelo Benavidez. Those are the fights we want. Or Canelo testing himself at 175, giving that shit another run. Let Bud see if he can go undisputed at 54. Let Bud see if he can get that smoke in with Jerome Boots in. That's why everybody show me how great you are where you belong. Don't try to jump all the way up trying to get a quick cash out. Bud has said his entire career, I can't fight Canelo. He's too high up in weight. All of a sudden, when the bag is big, hey, I'll take that fight. I want that fight. Come on, man. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, with Bud, we need to see him, like, with, at this point, I'll even take a Jermall Charlo fight. Like, I would want to see the fight. Or even some of the 147 guys, like Brian Norman at this point. It's like, there's no reason why there should be a Canelo fight.
He said Boots is at 47, Bud at 54. Bud said he'd stay at 47.
For a Canelo fight.
But he's talking about Boots makes sense. So if Canelo's at 68 and Bud at 54, how does that make sense, dummy? And Boots is bigger than Bud. Bud and Boots were campaigning in the same weight class at the same time. Canelo and Bud have never campaigned at the same weight at the same time. Bro, you got to learn boxing. I mean, sometimes somebody got to take these. Stop the little comment fingers until you get your knowledge up, brother. Come on now.
These guys have been watching too much of Kai with this rug tied in his head. It's not necessarily going up there.
The true fights to be made that we need to see is Bud and Boots, Canelo Benavidez, and then if Canelo want to challenge himself at 75, that's the fight right there. That'll be a great with the winner of Bivol or better be of that type of smoke. But if you just want to fight Berlanga and Jermall and those type of fights, I'm not paying for that shit. And I'm telling you, all that shit's gonna flop.
And if Canelo is gonna go down the route of just like fighting like lesser fighters for money, then he could drop the undisputed belts and say, I'm just fighting for the money. I'm just gonna fight like Jake Paul, Berlanga, and all these YouTube fighters, these lower level fighters. And just say, I'm here for the money now. But like, if you're going to keep the undisputed title, you got to fight David Benavidez. And if not, just drop the belts and go fight Jake Paul.
Exactly. Like, so this is what I'm saying, David. That makes sense. If Canelo was like, hey, look, man, I'm just fighting for money. I don't give a damn about any of these guys anymore. I put in my work. I'm going to drop the belts. Shit don't matter. I'm cool with that. Okay, fine. At least you're not lying to me. You let the division move on. Why would I want to keep the belts just to fight Edgar Berlanga or Jermall Charlo? That shit don't make sense.
Son of New Jersey's gonna call for a Canelo Cambosis fight.
Oh man, like those fights don't make sense for me. Those fights don't make sense for me, man. And then we live in an age of pay-per-views and all of this, and we want to see good fights, great fights. I don't see how you sell those fights unless
they put Tank Davis on Zurdo Ramirez on a pay-per-view.
I mean, I could understand what if you got, let's say, David Benavidez for May, and this is just next, then fine. Oh, yeah. But if there's no Benavidez for May, no other big fight for May, and this is your fight, this is trash.
I mean, especially if it's like, Berlanga in September and then Jermall in May, and I don't even know if he's going to stay out of jail by then.
And Jermall can't seem to stay out of trouble, can't seem to stop drinking, and can't seem to stop getting slapped.
And if he fights in May, I think he'll be out of the ring for like 2 years, a year and a half again, on top of a 3-year layoff.
Exactly. Hold on.
I mean, he fight.
Hold on. I got to get this guy one more time. He said we all want Benavidez. Obviously, thank you. We agree on that. But Turkey does seem more big on the idea of Bud versus Nello. Turkey seems big on the idea of Bud Crawford's nuts. That's what he is, because whatever Bud Crawford, he enjoys Bud, and that's fine. Bud's a good fighter. He's a great fighter, pound for pound fighter. I like Bud Crawford. And I think the thing that people keep getting misconstrued is it don't give a damn. No one gives a shit what the Turkey wants. It's about what people want. The boxing fans have been asking for Canelo Benavidez, not Canelo Bud. But so now we supposed to be, well, if that's what Turkey wants, man, fuck Turkey.
I mean, if he's calling for a Crawford versus Cambosis, then let's get it.
Yeah, let's get Crawford Cambosis next. Cambosis daring to be great. Like what?
Kambosos is moving up 2 weights.
Kambosos, he's gonna do the job. Kambosos, you see what he did against Tio? Can't wait till he gets blood in the ring. Oh
Look what
my
he did with
God, it's
Maxie.
gonna be over.
Look what he did with Maxie.
Like these guys right here, logic don't make sense. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I apologize. The turkey. Fuck His Excellency.
His Excellency.
I'm not one of these guys that are calling no man His Excellency. Man, fuck him. At the end of the day, if I'm paying for the fights and he ain't, fuck him. I want the fights I want to see. L Dude says, I think it's the WBA champ Zurdo versus Canelo next at Cruiserweight. Canelo is seeking legacy, not fan approval. Benavidez, where are you? Sign the Mando. I agree. David Benavidez, sign that mandatory. Force Canelo's hands. Make him drop that belt if he don't want that fight. But go ahead and enforce your mandatory. Now, Canelo Zurdo at Cruiserweight, I have not heard anything about this. Dude, where are you getting this from? Is this something that you've heard from somebody? What is this? I need to know. Dude, hit me back. I need to know what this is. Because I don't know. What do you think about Canelo Zurdo, Devin?
I mean, I wouldn't complain about it too much, but like, I have very little doubt that Canelo could make Cruiserweight. I mean, I don't even know what he would look like at 190 pounds.
Carlos says, I'd rather see Triple G Canelo over Berlanga.
You might as well just get Aries Landy Lara in there if you want to see a butt fight.
Hit kid. He said, I'd rather see Triple G Canelo 4 over a Berlanga fight.
Who the fuck wants to see Berlanga in a fight?
I'd rather see a Canelo Hit Kid fight.
I'd rather see Canelo Hit Kid at Wembley.
I'm sorry, but Jermall, listen. We have been called Canelo defenders on this channel by many a bitch.
Facts,
okay?
and
And this is facts I'm talking about. If this is true, if Canelo is fighting either Berlanga or Jermall Charlo, Mr. Convict, then what the fuck? Canelo needs to fucking grow a set. Benavidez, enforce your mandatory, please. This is cherry picking. It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. What do you think, Peter? Big Boss, what do you guys think?
I mean, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this bullshit with Canelo, man. With these trash ass fights, man. We gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop this shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Jermall? Hey, come on, bro.
Convict.
I don't even think the LDBC wants that fight anymore.
Like, come on, bro. It's like, bro. Everybody wants David versus Canelo, bro. Like, bro, no one asked for this bullshit, bro. Like, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for that shit, bro. If you do, you giving out free money. I'm sorry.
Jamal's gonna use that money for his legal funds.
At this point, I mean, why would Canelo wanna break down a man who's already broken to begin with? And Jermall Charlo, he doesn't want to get back with Caleb Plant. He's still drinking. His mind is fucked up. Like, why, Canelo? Just why?
Like, Jamal's one punch away from starting twerking in the streets all over the Texas.
hey, bro, come on, chill that Texas shit. I'm text. Come on, do that, bro. Come on, chill out, bro. Come on, bro. Relax, man. Go too far. That's all. But hey, man.
And see, but look, I think if we give Canelo any fair criticism, then you sometimes get people coming on her saying crazy things. Like this guy says Canelo been a duck, undisputed 4-weight world champion, Hall of Fame resume. He ain't been a duck. These moves just don't make sense. They don't reconcile with the fighter that I know Canelo to be. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes dudes talk out of their ass, but Dude, talk to me, man. What do you think?
Hey, salute
El Dude.
Big shout out to you, Nick, and to the panel.
Hey,
now you know what? The reason I was saying Zurdo might be next because there's a rumor going around right now that Badu Jack is might be Canelo's next opponent because Canelo's moving up to cruiserweight. And I'm thinking, well, if he's moving up to cruiserweight, wouldn't it be a easier fight versus Zurdo?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that look, I would applaud it because he's trying to make a legacy. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't think his body can really fit cruiserweight well. I mean, you see at 175, he had issues with stamina. He didn't feel out right. I don't know. I didn't really like it like that at 175. And I feel like maybe he can fix his stamina, but then you're going all the way up to cruiserweight. That's a whole nother beast in itself. I don't think that makes sense from getting the best out of Canelo. I don't think so.
Yeah, but if Canelo's moving up to cruiserweight, wouldn't that be the easiest fight at cruiserweight versus Zurdo?
Well, let's remember Turkey. Or what's his name? Joe
It's Turkey.
Bataya mentioned that Turkey offered him Canelo, but Joe Bataya would have to come down a few pounds for Canelo, and he wasn't willing to do that. So it wouldn't make sense.
If Canelo's
Hey,
willing to move up to cruiserweight, I think out of anybody available at cruiserweight, Zurdo's the easiest and possibly the one willing to move down.
I don't see Turkey's like it's I don't see like his little thing with making these retarded ass super fights, but it makes no sense. Like like Bud versus Canelo or like Tank versus anyway, it's like stupid.
It's trash.
But you know what it is at the end of the day, bro? It's the Mando. You know what I mean? If you're enforcing the mandatory, it's on you. And here's the thing: a lot of people have been hating on Canelo for the $200 million contract. That's just what he's throwing out there, bro. That's for the purse bid. But at the end of the day, bro, if Benavidez forces the mandatory, it automatically goes to purse bid if it's not picked up by the PBC. And the purse bid, it's the highest bidder takes the fucking fight. So Benavidez is either being held back from enforcing the mandatory, or he's fucking just a duck. All talk, all shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clavo, what's good with you, my brother?
Yo, man, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Talk to me. What do you think about these rumored fights? They're saying that Canelo could be fighting Berlanga or Jermall Charlo next. What do you make of all of this?
Man, I'm reading all about it, man. And the more I read it, the more I'm getting on my knees and praying to the Lord, man. Please don't let this be the case right here, man. We don't want to see Nello versus the fucking Ron Garcia of 168. We need him to get on 175, get on the undisputed train, or get with Benavidez already, man. That fight's been done in the making. Also, man, with this cruiserweight, if back in 2021, 22, he couldn't make cruiserweight to fight Makabu. I mean, I don't see him doing it now. A couple of years later and trying to go to cruiserweight for that. I mean, it'd be good. I would like it. That's a title shot at cruiserweight. I think that'll basically put you up, elevate you a little bit on the pound for pound list. Fighting another world champion at a whole other division.
And I would respect it. It's just I don't know if that makes sense for him physically. I don't know at this point in his career, his age, and that kind of weight to put on your body, Hit Kid. Do you think Canelo would look good at cruiserweight? I think it's just too much.
No, I think it's too much. I think you look at the fight he had with Bivol at 175. No, I think he could make 175, comfortably, could Canelo, and get it right the next time around.
I agree. Just make some adjustments.
Cruiserweight's just too big of a jump.
I agree.
Like weight-wise.
5'7", bro.
Yeah,
bro, that's fucking huge, bro.
That's what I mean. It's just fucking. We always say this on this channel. There are weight classes for a reason. I hate the Canelo versus Crawford fight. I fucking despise the fight.
Let me read you this because you and Clavo, I need your input on this. I don't get why some people want Bud Crawford versus Canelo. It's not a good fight. Canelo will smash Bud. He's way too strong and powerful. We want Canelo versus Benavidez. Why is this a controversial take for people? Why are people offended that we would rather see Canelo Benavidez than Canelo Bud?
Because there's idiots in the boxing community, mainly the LGBT, who think Bud will win. Which the clones.
Clavo.
I think mostly it's because a lot of these idiot casuals, they don't even know about the weight classes. They just think the fighters are just fighting. They're probably not even aware that there's a 147, 154, 160, 168, bro. So that's why you got idiots like Hot Minute Boxing talking about Inoue is Duncan Tank. Man, I really hope he was just playing, but I got to feel he wasn't.
I said dress that man up in a clown suit.
Hey, Super Bud though, Super Bud.
Peter, Super Bud. Like, look,
Super Bud.
And look, I'm a big fan of Bud, but come on, man, let that man be great at 54. Fuck it, be great where you at. Why are you trying to?
He be our special niggas think he can move the fucking heavyweight or some shit. Like, god damn, like, I mean,
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
We all expect Bud to beat Madrimov, okay? But I still think I think Madrimov may win a round or two, but we expect Bud to beat Madrimov, okay?
Yeah, comfortable.
And then they go on to make the Canelo super fight. Realistically, we should all cheer on Madrimov to win that fight. That kills the Bud versus Canelo fight.
Like with Frank Martin, we cheer for Frank Martin.
Yeah, like we all need to cheer on Madrimov to win that fight to kill off any Bud Crawford.
Supreme is gonna pick Madrimov to win.
I'm gonna tell
fuck.
you this, man. That I've heard people tell me that Madrimov is like a triple G. First off, Madrimov is nowhere near a triple G. That's an
I
insult to
agree.
Triple G to make that
I
comparison.
agree.
Madrimov's a good fighter. He's a good little fighter. He's had a lot of disadvantages versus Bud. Bud's a heavy favorite. And my whole thing is that it's all for a reason. I don't think anybody gives a shit about Madrimov. I think they want to use him to prop up a Bud Canelo fight. Beating Madrimov at 54 does not qualify you to fight Canelo at 68.
Agreed.
And I don't care if Turkey
Right.
is supporting it. It shit don't make no sense. But like these are the fights, and then people say, "Why is boxing suffering? Why is boxing dying? Why is it not getting this? Why is this? This is why we've been fucking wanting Canelo Benavidez." And then the guy with the money telling, "Nah, I want to make Canelo versus
I saw
Superbud."
this story on the socials today as well. What also is damaging boxing? Oh, there we are. The trolls are out. Nice to see y'all. What do you call it? I'll accept it. But what also is damaging boxing, and this, I'm a combat sports guy.
Yeah,
I watch me wrestling. I watch me UFC. I watch boxing. What also is hurting boxing is Cinco de Mayo weekend. UFC's booked in the Spear.
yeah, and
Doing
look,
a
and I'll tell you,
celebration with Riyadh season.
and I'll tell you this: if Canelo's fighting Benavidez, I think Canelo can compete. But if he's not fighting Benavidez,
He ain't
Canelo
gonna
got to move
compete.
off that date
Yeah,
because
he don't
Berlanga
give
ain't
up
gonna
that
do
date.
it. Charlo ain't gonna do it.
Nope.
Claudio,
Hey,
am I
fuck.
tripping?
Nah, I mean, I don't think there's no tripping on that, man. But we need to see that fight already, bro, because here we got other motherfuckers hyping up Tank's pay-per-view numbers, even though they flop really big
They
time.
were shit.
I'm telling
Even though
niggas,
people
bro.
telling me, people are talking about that David Benavidez and Canelo's the biggest fight. I mean, I kind of do see that, but not by the numbers that I'm seeing. You would think that both of them motherfuckers, Benavidez and Tank, being on the same pay-per-view, main and co-main, you think it would have been at least 500K views. So I'm not even
600
sure, was it
something.
325 or 350 or 150?
It
Man,
was
hey,
it was 300,000, right?
It was like 250 to 300,000, weren't it? It was a
I'm
flop.
not even sure if those numbers even
Here's
accurate.
the deal.
hey,
Guys, you could tell who the draw was in Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. Ryan did
Yeah.
those numbers with Debbie
Hey.
Nana.
Exactly.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with everybody on the panel, man. And look, if you disagree, you're gonna have to just disagree. But Tank Davis did not sell the numbers that they're putting out. Dan Raphael comes out with some fugazi ass numbers way after the fact, and then said, "Oh, he did double what everybody else thought. He did double what Jedi Goodman thought. He did double what Rick Glacier thought. This shit don't make sense. I'm sorry,
Well,
those numbers are fake."
I mean, regardless, bro.
Like it's crazy, bro. Because like I said, like now, it's Tank's big comeback fight, right? Shit, like should do at least like this amount of money, should do hard, right? Like but no, that shit flop like a motherfucker. It just proves that Tank isn't base of boxing though. I've been telling these Tank fans for a minute. I'm like, bro, he's not the face, man. He only sold because of Ryan Garcia, so he got that million pay-per-view buy. I tried to tell niggas back in the day. I tried to tell them shit.
Exactly.
I mean, that was the downfall right there, bro. You can't go from a Ryan Garcia fight where you finally actually met public demand, going to fight a ghost that nobody has seen or known about until you actually brought him up as your next fighter. You know what I mean? So that right there already tells you that you are not what you think you are, because remember, this is a numbers game. The metrics, and you're not meeting those numbers. So I don't see how anybody's gonna not. Everybody should be clowning this boy at this moment, bro. Everybody who's over the top, like fucking Ray Jackson, Fanon, fucking
Oh,
Potato
fuck
Head.
that nigga, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That
These
bitch doesn't want to
idiots,
debate
bro,
me.
they should be clowning the bro.
Hey,
But
fuck Ray Jackson.
they
He's a
still
bitch,
talk
bro. I
about decent
fucking hate that
boxing, bro.
motherfucker, bro. Fuck him, bro.
Fuck Fadden, that bitch don't want to debate me.
Oh, I already got
Hey.
his ass. Me and Boxing Truth and
Hey.
got his ass, man. Shout out
But
to
there's only
Boxing Truth, man.
like 3-4 fights left for Tank though. At 135, you think about it.
Man, but Ray Jackson's the man.
Haney,
That
Shakur,
nigga's a clown, bro. Nigga's a
Ray
clown.
Jackson
Bro.
disappeared after his boyfriend
Haney,
Spence got
Shakur,
knocked out.
Hold on,
Loma?
somebody explain to me what Ray Jackson is talking about. What is he talking about?
He's got Tank on number one on pound for pound list.
Oh
man,
man,
That's a little
man,
different.
no, it's him. Hey, yeah. It's him, Southpaw, all they fucking nuts and shit. I'm like, man, come on, bro.
I got Tank in but like I like Black and Brown's take on it. Like he refers to my pound for pound list as a default, because Tank is like more of a default kind of pound for pound fighter. Like we know he got the skills, but the resume sucks. You know what I mean? So and like Tank versus Shakur, I got Tank. Tank versus Haney, I got Tank. Tank versus this Loma, I got Tank.
It Styles McFly stuff.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like by default he's up there. He's just not proving it on resume.
What were you going to say?
I'm not sure about that.
I've got a clown in the comment section who's saying kick me and I need to shut my mouth. Bitch, I'm on the panel. If you, I think my opinions are appreciated. If you've got any balls, show up on the panel and say that to me face.
Yeah, and say that to me face.
Yeah, say that to me face.
Say it to me face.
I'm not.
I let Abdul on. Abdul, talk to me. What do you think about what's going on, Abdul?
Well, to be honest, yeah, I'm quite shocked. I really want Canelo to fight Benavidez. I honestly do, but I don't see it happening next. Honestly, don't see it happening next.
What do you think about the Berlanga fight or the Charlo fight? What do you think about those fights? Would you pay pay-per-view for those?
Absolutely not. Honestly, that's like really, really bad. Like, who was it pay for? Yeah, really, really trash fights. You know what I mean? Like, us fans, we will pay for the best. You will pay for good quality fights, right? Now, if we fight, let's say, Benavidez, I accept that. Or Bivol, or Artur Beterbiev, that's fine. But guys like fucking Berlanga, what the hell? Like, he hasn't done anything to prove himself to be there with Canelo. He has absolutely done absolutely nothing. Like, that's trash fight. Same with Jermall Charlo. Inactive, mentally unstable. His mind's not right there. He's still, like I say, so far, he's not good. He's a trash fight, really. I want to see Benavidez. I can't see why he can't make a Benavidez fight at all. And let's see if Benavidez can activate his mandatory, which he says he will do, right? So far, it's been, 3-4 days? They say they gave 2 weeks to activate. Let's see if he does it or not. I hope he does, really.
There was a 2-week extension, so we will hear where Benavidez is mandatory now for the end of this week, but most definitely next week, won't we?
If not Benavidez, who should be next?
Hold on. We're gonna answer that question right now. Let me just say this to this guy. The Amazing Two
he never shows up. Fuck it.
The Amazing Two said, I was waiting to get on the panel. You never put me in. Shut your lying ass up.
Man, come on, man.
There's
Come on,
a
bro.
slot open, bro. There's a slot open.
The only thing he wants to be put on is Tank Davis' nuts, bro.
Yep.
Hold on. Do we have some smoke? Hold on. DJD. He said Hit Kid needs to shut his mouth. He jumped in the backstage and then he jumped off. Jump back on real quick. Jump back on real quick so you can get smoke. Come on. It's your opportunity. And Jesus, what's good with you, my brother?
Let's go, Jesus.
Hello. What's the topic of today?
We're talking about Canelo's rumored to fight Berlanga or Jermall Charlo next, according to Chava from ESPN. We don't know if it's true, false, what, but we're talking about how those are garbage-ass fights. What are your takes on those fights?
I saw Michael Benson report about that, too.
Yeah, those fights are fucking trash. I'll never pay for that shit. I'll stream that crap.
That's free money right there, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why would I want him to see... Why would I want to see him fuck up Berlanga or Charlo for what? Like,
exactly,
yeah. Fuck? Like, what the fuck? Those are showcase fights. And my standard for showcase fights is the same. I'll never pay for that crap. I'll fucking stream that shit.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Forget all that shit, man. I'll stream that shit because if that's what we got, what are we talking about?
I mean, it's already enough that we already got the subscription for the zone, but now you're gonna add another paywall for Berlanga, bro. I'm just not doing it, bro.
It's crazy because wasn't the zone
watch the highlights?
Yeah, because wasn't the zone the one that was supposedly trying to kill pay-per-view? They're like, oh, you'll get all these fights for this subscription price, and that's it. And now look at them.
I mean, the zone is and Eddie Hearn. These guys are just jumping all over the place. And DJD, go ahead and click on, man. Come on, click on backstage.
Get up! You were just backstage and then you ran away. Don't be a fucking coward.
The thing with pay-per-view is, regardless of that, bro, a lot of people just there's a sector, there's a market, bro. You know what I mean? There's a fan base who are willing to put. You know what I mean? Just because they're not willing to stream, they don't have the means to stream. Maybe their only way to watch the fight is they actually have to pay.
Yo, Edgar.
It's a steady amount of pay-per-view audience that, you know, it's not going to go away. So that's why the zone, in my opinion, they're like, hey, if they're not going to go away, might as well just tap into it.
I don't know, man, because it's getting to the point where we're at the age where I could stream from my phone. Literally, I could buy like some piece of shit LG phone from like Metro PCS, and I'll stream that shit.
No, but
Like it's cheap
there's
to
a lot of
stream.
reasons. There's a lot of reasons people don't stream. Like me, bro. I could stream them, but I don't. Like I'm known to buy. I pay for this shit, bro. It hurts me to say.
There you go.
I like to pay
No,
for
I
this. You know
know,
why, bro?
like-
I don't want to risk a fucking a pause. You know what I mean? I just don't want to risk it, bro. I want to watch a fight in peace. It's what I don't waste money on. It's my
I
entertainment.
have the solution. I
My
mean, to
brother
me, I
said-
have the solution. I got like 3 streaming sites for that. If
But I
one
don't want to
pauses,
deal
I
with
just
that,
go
bro.
to the other.
That's my thing, bro. Like for me, bro, I'm a
Hey,
working man.
CBs.
I'm a family man, bro. You know what I mean? I want to come home in peace and watch a fight. I'll pay for it. I just gotta chill. I don't gotta worry about shit, bro. I like to kick my feet up. You know, just chill, bro. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, man. Look, man, me and El Dude is on the same space, man. Because I like to sit back when I watch a fight, especially if I'm paying pay per view. I don't mind. I don't have to stream that shit. I'll pay the pay per view. Get me a drink. Give me one of them sexy little sluts and sit back and enjoy the fight. That's what I'm trying to do.
gonna say,
Shit, I only need 2 minutes and I'm back to the fight.
Or while the
For
fight's
me,
going on.
in my opinion, it just has to be worth it. Like, let's
In
okay, if
between
they're
fights?
charging, yeah, because if they're charging what? Let's say they charge, they're generous for once. They charge for Canelo Berlanga $40. Okay, I don't give a fuck. That's $40. Give the fuck. But if they're charging me $100 fucking for that shit, get the fuck out of here. I'm not paying for that.
Thank you. This is. Can somebody listen to this man? This,
Hmm.
this makes the most sense.
Yeah, bro, I ain't paying for that
You
fucking
want
Canelo fight.
No, the main question is anyone gonna pay Canelo 150 million to fight Benavidez though? That's the thing. He keeps saying I want 150 to 200 million. Like who's gonna pay him that much to fight Benavidez though? That's a weird question, really.
Well, the
Can I
question
jump
I
in?
have
Yo,
is
can I
it's
jump
not
in?
even
Can I
about
jump
the
in?
money. I'm gonna let you get it, Edgar. I'm gonna let you get it right quick. I just want to respond to that. It to me, it's not about what Canelo wants. If you're Benavidez and Canelo really stuck on that number and he won't budge, that's fine. Make him duck you. Go in there, enforce your mandatory, make him drop his belt, refuse to negotiate, and then you become the champion. You get more clout, fame, and recognition off of being the guy Canelo was scared to fight, ducked his belt, and completely ran from than you would even fighting the guy. People will look at David Benavidez like, damn, Canelo must have really been scared of this guy. He dropped his belt and everything.
That's
He
it.
would
Right
get a
there.
lot of fame
Hey,
just off
but-
that.
Yeah. Yes,
I could go on.
it's real though.
What up, boys? What up? Good to be back on. New salute to everybody. Yeah, I mean, I was in the chat trying to get in and out. I know it's like we're going back and forth on this issue, but I mean, at the end of the day, we can only voice our opinions and our hopes, and we hope that we get the best fights that are possible.
Yes, exactly.
And that's all we can really say. And yeah, we're all free to choose whether we're gonna buy it or not. But I'm on the same level as the other guys. Like if it's like a fight that I think is worthy, then I'll pay the money. I won't stream it because sometimes the streaming stuff just it annoys you more than it pleases you. So what I'm saying is, I guess going back to the 150, 200 million, I think if Canelo did really stick to that, then one promoter or certain promoters will come up with the money to do it, but only if Benavidez fucking, calls the bluff and be like, okay, I'm enforcing my mandatory. If he does that, then the money is going to be there.
And that changes the whole scenario because now it's not even just about money, your legacy, your pride. Because now everybody's looking at you like, man, this guy's really going to drop a belt not to fight this guy. And the Canelo that I've seen over the years beats Benavidez. The Canelo I've seen over the years has fought better fighters than Benavidez. So I don't believe if Canelo's negotiating with William Skull to keep his undisputed status, that he would drop a belt if David Benavidez enforced it. I don't see why he would do that. That don't make any sense.
Exactly.
Right.
He would just take that fight and be done with it.
Absolutely.
I just want to repeat this again. And we repeated this on a few streams ago. We all believe Benavidez is trapped next fight.
Yeah, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
because he's got to do one or the other. He's got to do one or the other.
If he's not fighting Canelo, he's fighting the winner of BF Biffle, and he's getting murdered by either one of those two guys.
I don't even think he's doing that.
Here's my question, though. Like, remember his own mouth, words out of his own mouth said that he wanted to go up to Cruiserweight to fight Zurdo, right? He said that. What are his fanboys and I guess the boxing community as a whole and the media gonna say if he doesn't enforce his mando on that at 168 or 175 and then goes up another weight class to fight some bum and still not fight anyone
Then
that's a
I'm calling
champion.
Then we're calling him a duck.
I'm gonna tell you.
Duck, yeah.
No. The media and the fans are.
There's a case.
No. That's not true. The media and fans are gonna go out and say, "Oh no, David Benavidez did that because Canelo won't fight him because he's ducking him." That's what the media and
that's what I think.
That's true. But I'll call Benavidez a duck, but it'd be a case where, in a sense, they both ducked, and I hate to be that guy.
No, I don't. But I see it more like Nuke said. They're gonna side on him because he's the younger guy, and maybe they can build him up to this, a monster that may sell some pay-per-views to make some money back. That's what they're gonna do. But from Canelo's side, can't be like, well, what the fuck you guys want me to do? You want me to chase him? Why do I need to chase him if I'm the king at 168?
We had no ducking, no life in the building. No ducking, no life. Click the link again. It sounded like he really wanted to get on this panel and talk to you guys. So I'm sure he's gonna come back.
No ducking, no life. I got a bone to pick with him for the last shit he said.
No ducking, no life. Click the link. We got a lot of smoke for you. He says Canelo Clarissa Shields is a better pay-per-view fight than Charlo and Berlanga.
I'd pay to see that bitch get.
I would pay to see that. I'm getting sick and tired of Clarissa. Holy shit, that motherfucker.
Canelo. I want a Canelo fight.
Lord Scante says,
Payday.
He said before Canelo's last fight, everyone was trying to guess who. I got faith my boy Nello will derail the hype train known as David Benavidez. So do you guys are confident he's fighting Benavidez next, regardless of the reports?
I think so.
I think so.
I still think Benavidez mandates the fight. I think we get the fight.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I don't think we get it in September because I don't think they'll want to run against UFC in the Spear.
Oh yeah,
even though they could do, I think you'll see the fight either the week after or early October.
And Untouchable Raider said Stephen A. said Tanks is the face of boxing.
Stephen
A. should not be allowed to talk.
Right.
I mean, I hate Stephen A. for two reasons. One, he's a fucking casual when it comes to boxing. Two, that man calls himself a New York Knicks fan. Bitch, you're a casual of being a Knicks fan. Fuck
man, he looks like Fanon's cousin or something, bro. Man, I'm not even. I'm not even going to trip, but man, I'm not even going to entertain the fact that Benavidez is going to fight Artur or Bivol for the simple fact of him saying that why should I leave the PBC when now him has been good to me? So that means that Bivol was with Matchroom, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And Artur Beterbiev is with Top Rank. So right now, I think you just finished your third fight with your 3-fight deal. So now, I mean, you either have the choice to be a free agent. I mean, are you gonna reassign with PBC? And what are they gonna do for you? Because basically, what I'm seeing is that you're gonna waste all this time. You're probably gonna stay inactive for the rest of the year and wait for the Canelo fight. That's what I look like. That's what it looks like is gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
That kind of exposes Benavidez, though.
Hold on. What's good with you, man? You got some words for Hit Kid?
Yeah. I just can't stand when dudes like Hit Kid just never box a day in their life or just like think they're experts, dude. You know nothing about boxing, Hit Kid. You're a casual, dude.
Oh my god!
Wait, is this Southpaw? Is this Southpaw?
Oh my god!
That sounds like Southpaw.
Guys, let me take this.
Yeah, let him get it.
You don't need to box to, understand what goes on in boxing. If I've watched boxing,
you do though. You do though.
No, you
don't.
No, you don't. Stop being a clown. Let me finish.
You
don't need to because I've been watching boxing now over a decade. I've been watching it at least. I'm 29 now. I've been watching it at least 14, 20 years. Oh, come on, dude. So what boxing opinion
I
do you
can't
think I'm a
respect you,
casual
dude.
on?
I can't
What
respect
boxing
you.
opinion do you think I'm a casual on?
Man, I don't know. I don't keep up on Hit Kid. I just joined the live. I seen you and it made me mad, dude.
Oh no!
This kid is Southpaw's kid.
Bro, he's doing Southpaw shit. Like, what the fuck?
I've got Southpaw's DNA right here.
This guy must be Southpaw's son.
You do realize that just because you box, that doesn't mean you know shit about boxing. It's like fucking it's like Teddy Atlas and fucking Paulie Malignaggi. Them motherfuckers have been in the boxing industry for how long? And they have some of the dumbest fucking takes ever.
Guys,
Bro,
he's going to say
bro,
none of us know
bro.
shit about boxing because we haven't boxed. Really?
I
That's
mean,
your
I
fucking
mean,
point?
Literally,
I mean,
Paulie
that looks
Malignaggi
like a
was a
field
career
abortion.
boxer,
I
and
ain't
the
gonna
dumb
lie,
shit that he's been
I
saying
Come on.
that
is
mentally
like
got boxed,
retarded.
and you just want to talk
exactly.
about
Bro,
boxing.
bro, dude, you look like a failed abortion. But shut the fuck up.
Bro,
Nah, bro, I
Oh my
disagree
if,
with you,
gosh,
bro.
bro! You got your camera off, bro. I got my camera on. You got your
bro,
camera off. I got my camera on.
by
Oh
that
my God, this
logic,
is one of those
Oh
guys.
my
This is one
God,
of
he
those
is.
guys.
oh my
Nah,
god,
he
yo,
gonna
this
call
guy,
me ugly, and he got his camera off. Turn your camera on.
Bro,
bro.
this is
Turn your
one of those
camera on.
guys. This is
Oh,
one of those guys.
what
He
you
wants
want
to
me to
see
do,
everybody.
men? Is
Yeah.
that what
You
you
want to
We
want?
see
You
have
Yes,
want to
Logan.
see
burned
fucking
you.
men?
We have
Look
turn
at
burned
well,
you.
man.
Men?
Think well.
your camera on,
We,
dude.
bro.
we have
Bro,
burnt
You
you.
want to see another man's face?
Guys. We found Southpaw Jr. He's walking around his house right now.
bro, this is
Nah, we
Southpaw's
found Bobby
nephew.
Hill
Holy
Jr., dude.
He's
shit.
in Southpaw's
You
basement.
tell me I look like a failed abortion.
Southpaw's
Look at the
basement,
dude.
huh?
Look at the dude you on the
Hold
panel
on,
with,
fellas. I
dude.
want to hear what he's saying about Hit Kid. What were you saying? What did you say?
That Hit Kid looks like Bobby Hill with glasses. Now I
I
can't
don't give a
stand him. I
fuck.
can't stand
You can
looking
call
at
me.
him.
You can all call me all the names I want. I don't really give two fucks about you. You
Yo,
say
I
that I'm
don't
just
even
a
want.
casual because I haven't boxed. Big fucking deal. You're a casual because
Nah,
you
it
don't
is a
even watch
big
the
deal.
fights.
Yo,
Hey,
It's
bro,
a
Hit
big
I'm,
Kid,
deal.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
Hit
bro.
Kid.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I watch more fights than you, dude.
You
Hey,
tell
bro,
her. You
hold on.
tell her.
Fights than you.
Hey,
Yeah,
youngster,
This guy's
bro, you sound
18.
like you're fucking
Huh?
12. How you watch more
You
fights
sound
than
like
him?
you're
Get
on
the
crack.
fuck out of here.
nah, but
Sound like you're
listen,
on
to
crack,
answer,
mate.
Man,
just
what do you mean? Hit Kid is 12, dude.
Man,
Look at
you
the
hey
said
dude.
because
guys,
he don't know how to
Tell me
look at
Hold
the
on,
fight.
hold on.
I look like
Let's
I'm
bring
12.
hold on. Let's bring this back. Let's bring this back. DDH. What did you think about the Canelo Berlanga and the
Yo,
Canelo
hello,
Charlo fights?
hello.
Canelo versus Charlo, bro. I wasn't really impressed with the performance. I feel like you get a guy that's was it 2 weight classes below you. You got to finish him. You got to. You're supposed to be
Exactly.
this power punch. You got to finish him. And if he fights Berlanga, dude, that's straight duck of Benavidez. Straight duck. No, there's no defending that. No
Now I
defending
got a
that.
question. Hold on.
Disagree,
One second. Now I got to ask you the question that the panel wants to ask. What happens if David Benavidez does not enforce his mandatory?
That's
Do
a
you
duck
put
on his
blame on
part too.
Benavidez?
That's a duck on his part too.
Okay.
I mean, you can't be calm for the fight and putting the mandatory. You can't, and not be putting the mandatory. You can't be calm for it. You can't be chasing them around, saying all this and that on the interviews, and not putting your mandatory.
Okay.
Agree,
No,
100%.
no ducking, no life. Tell me, what do you think about what's going on with the rumored fight for Canelo Alvarez?
I've said it before. It's gonna be Canelo ducking Benavidez one more time.
Yeah, all right.
I think so too.
Okay, because let me ask you guys something. Everybody, including you, IBFP. Let's say Canelo fights Berlanga, Crawford, or Jermall. You guys are gonna say it's David's fault as well?
Partially because he didn't enforce the mandate.
Okay, but okay, agree on that part. It takes two to dance, but what happened to the A side though?
Who's talking?
He's
What
the
happened to
champ.
the A side?
He's not the one calling guys out. He's the one at the throne waiting for someone to come take it. So he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Let me answer that one real
And
quick.
you just said it. He can do whatever he wants. He can fight David.
Nah, that's
You
not
said
true,
it
bro. Let me
yourself,
answer
man.
that. Let me answer that real quick. Did Canelo, he crossed the street. He signed a 3-fight deal with the PBC.
That's right. The other guys don't.
Right? Hold on. Really quick, bro. Really quick. Sampson's Benavidez' own manager, he said that 3-fight deal included Benavidez in September.
Instead, they fought Jermall
In September.
No. I'm talking.
We're not in September yet, bro.
When Canelo wasn't the PBC.
Bro,
He
listen
didn't fight-
to me.
he didn't
You're
fight
mad on that.
David.
You're mad that Canelo hasn't fought Benavidez in September, but it's not September yet.
But okay, agree.
No, all I'm saying is Canelo crossed the street. He signed a 3-fight deal, and Sampson's Benavidez'
Hello?
own manager.
Yo.
He literally said on Pro Box
Hello?
TV. He literally said that 3-fight deal included Benavidez in September.
Okay, and like you guys already know, I'm a David fan, and
So we're waiting on
for
David.
no reason.
Yes, and I
Well,
agree 100%.
we'll wait for your boy to
Like, what else you want Canelo to
David
do,
has
bro?
to
Like, what
enforce
else
his
you want Canelo to
mandatory.
do? He crossed the street. He signed a 3-fight deal. He said he's willing to fight Benavidez in September. Now he's waiting on Benavidez to enforce it. If he doesn't want to, he's going to move on.
Okay.
So it has to be
So
Benavidez.
now, like I said before, everybody
Dr.
was
Goose,
quiet when
man.
I
Dr.
asked.
Goose.
The ball's on
Everybody was
Benavidez.
quiet when I asked that what happened to the A side. Then he could do whatever he wants. Yes, but how come the fight is not happening then?
Because he already crossed the street. He signed a 3-fight deal. He's willing to fight in September, according to
The
Benavidez'
3-fight
own
deal is
manager.
gone.
We're just
The
waiting
3-fight
on
deal is
Benavidez,
gone.
bro. You can't force Benavidez to fight this dude.
Well, chicken shit just left, but let me just
You
go on
you
this.
can't you can't force Benavidez to sign a Mando, bro.
I'll
But
do.
we're
Can you
waiting on
force Canelo,
Benavidez.
though?
I'll do no duck, no life. Let me just interrupt.
Oh, go. What's up,
Canelo
hit
wants to
team?
Canelo wants to get paid. We've seen it, over the Benavidez fight. He wants to get paid.
Canelo
No,
has money, bro.
no, he has money, but he wants to get like the highest payday in his career for this because
Is it, or did he actually overprice himself?
no,
What the heck are you
No.
talking about, bro? He's
no,
the only
can
one that outsells everybody.
No,
Hmm.
you gotta take it. Canelo can probably ask for a one. He's the biggest star in boxing. He really is.
He
Okay.
is. Agree, 100%.
But this is the point I'm trying to make. Okay. We're not Canelo ask for 150 million. I don't think that's a realistic number. I think around 120, 100 is for this fight with David. Okay. And I'm being serious though. That's me being honest.
It's
But
not a Mayweather Pacquiao. To be honest, it's
So,
not.
man,
yeah, because in my opinion, because here's the truth, and this ain't me knocking David. Please don't see it like that. No ducking, no life. I don't
Go.
see what David brings to the fight
right.
because his last performance against Gostek, horrible. Let's just say it straight. Benavidez,
It-
horrible in that fight. Would you agree
And
with
that,
me on that?
Yes,
and
I
that's
thought
the
he was gonna
reason.
knock him out. I had
And that's the
him. I
reason why
had
he
him
remained at
knocking out
168.
Bosnick. It didn't happen. I gotta take it. It did not happen how I pictured it.
Yeah.
Don't
Actually,
forget
it's
about
the
the
first
purse
time.
bid.
It's the first time that I actually see David like breathing through his mouth and all gassed out.
Guys,
Like me
let me
personally.
But don't forget about the
let me
purse
keep
bid, right?
going.
That 150, $200 million. That's just the
Guys,
number that Canelo's throwing out. But you couldn't force a purse bid.
guys, let me keep talking here.
Go.
No, here's the thing. I will fully say it. If Canelo fights Berlanga next, Jermall Charlo next, the fucking convict, and that's what I keep on calling him, to set up a Bud Crawford fight, that's a duck of David Benavidez. I'm not even going to deny that. No duck in no life. None of us on this channel will, because
Agree
that would
100%.
because then we'd be hypocrites, and none of us in this call, because
I
we are
agree.
boxing fans, we're not.
Clavo, do you agree?
I actually do agree, man. I mean, right now is the good time to do it because he's already out of his 3-fight deal.
Yeah.
And of course, if he does enforce the mandatory, just like Nuke said, man, that was a good point. If enforce the mandatory, make him drop the belt, you'll get the clout for the man known to
that's the
make
point
the
I'm
face of
going.
boxing, drop his belt, and not
Yeah.
fight you. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
that'll
that's
be a
the point I'm
complete
going
duck right
to.
there.
That's the point I'm going
So
to as well. Because here's the deal: if Canelo fights one of those two and to set up the Crawford fight, that's a duck of Benavidez. However, we can also say yes that David has hurt himself for not forcing the mandatory. For me, David 100% no ducking, no life has to force the mandatory at 168.
Agree.
That way, we can 100% say, and we'll all say this on this channel: we're not fucking casuals like that last fucking idiot we just had on. And he is a fucking
Southpaw
idiot. You see
Junior.
how he quickly left after it? I mean, Southpaw Junior, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ, they're reproducing more Southpaws. The world is doomed. But legitimately,
Little Felipe.
yeah. If
Felipe.
David, now what would piss us all off, and not ducking no life, I want your honest opinion on this, is if
Go.
David enforces the mandatory, not at 168, at 175. Then we question who the fuck's ducking who. And I think you would agree with me on that.
Yes, I want him to, because after his last performance, I don't see him. Because in the past I had him 50-50 with Bivol. After this, I see Bivol winning. To be honest, so his best chance is probably a 168 because the way he rehydrates, he has an advantage, a size advantage. Probably not a skill advantage against Canelo, but every single little, like at the top level, every single little thing.
Yeah, you're right. No
What's it called?
ducking.
Matters a lot.
He has
So
more advantages over Canelo than he does
on size wise skill,
Yeah.
I have Canelo. Probably he's gonna be the favorite. But like I said, we have to agree to disagree. That's why he's gonna be the favorite, Canelo, and that's why we all want this fight, whether you're rooting for Canelo or Benavidez.
Hey,
Benavidez, man, he has to sign that fucking Mando, dude.
Jesus.
What?
Did you address your issue with no ducking, no life yet? Or
Oh nah, I didn't
What's
address
up,
it
bro?
yet. It's just that last time, bro, this
I'm
guy right
waiting
here
on
was
that.
getting mad because I called Benavidez a weight bully, and I was like,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
what
was
he
like,
is.
yeah,
Nah,
because he is, and then after that, he had to bring up shit from 8 years ago when Canelo fucking did it to Khan, and I'm like, bro, that shit was 8 years ago, and he's like,
it don't
oh,
matter. It
so
happened, bro. But okay, but let
yeah,
me tell you
exactly.
something,
But
bro.
guess what?
Do
Hey,
you only watch?
no. You
Go,
talk,
go,
you
talk,
talk. Now it's my
Guys,
turn.
one at a time.
It's my turn.
talk,
It's my turn. And guess
talk.
what?
Yes, talk.
And guess what? Last time you said that was me talking shit, but didn't this fucking fight with Bose they kind of prove it though? Because he couldn't even handle a guy that was just a little bigger than him, or maybe even the same size as him.
His size.
I agree.
Fuck happened.
But
Fuck
who won
happened.
though?
It doesn't matter. That's not what
No,
you
it
were
does
talking about
matter.
last
Who
time.
won?
That's a good debate
That's
right
not
there.
the issue from last time. You're
No
changing the
ducking.
subject
Internet, man,
because the
internet,
subject was
ducking.
him
No
weight
ducking.
bullying.
I'm
The
sorry.
subject was him weight
No
bullying
ducking. No
only. What
ducking.
happened to that? What happened to that? We're not talking about who won or lost. We're talking about weight bullies. So
Okay,
what is you
now
talking about?
let
Why are
me
you changing the
answer.
topic?
Let me answer, bro. Do
Hurry up.
you only watch boxing? Don't hurt me up, fool. Okay.
Hello.
So do you only watch boxing, or you also watch UFC?
I watch
What does
boxing and
UFC have to
UFC.
do with it?
But
Okay,
that's irrelevant.
No,
Like,
thank
what
you.
the
I'm
fuck?
going with this. I'm going with this
Come on,
because
no, thank you.
this guy who just fought Saturday, Pereira, he rehydrated like 40 pounds. He makes weight. The rule in any combat sport is to make weight. So there's no such thing as weight bully.
No,
That's
you
my
know you're
Yes,
answer.
there
wrong.
is
You're
because he was a
wrong.
weight
You're
bully at
wrong because
185
every
though.
state, every state has a fucking percentage of what you can
There you
rehydrate
go.
to.
There
So
you
you
go.
can't just come in
Exactly.
50 pounds over.
Exactly.
You
I'm sorry. I'm
moron.
sorry.
It
I've
sounds
got
like
to
no
step in.
ducking
I've
is
got to
ducking the
step in.
question.
I've got to step in as the UFC
You know
guy
what's
here.
even funnier though? Who the fuck put that standard? Who put that standard? Oh, you make weight, you're not a weight bully. Who
Yeah,
the fuck put
guys,
that?
guys, I got
Who
to step in
actually
as
put
the.
that?
I got to
No,
step
who
in as
put the
the
standard
UFC
of weight
fan.
bully? You
Hold
guys
hold on,
did,
hold on,
bro.
hold on. Let me
No.
hear what Hit has to
How is
respond
I
to
that
have
the
to
this.
step
standard?
in.
I never fucking heard
I
that ever. That's like the
I
dumbest
have to
shit I've
step
ever
in as
heard.
the UFC fan. Pereira is naturally a heavyweight. Remember, this guy was going down to middleweight.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's
That's
that
what that's
tall.
what I'm saying.
He's a weight bully. David is the same thing. I'm sorry, no ducking, no life. I'm siding with Jesus on this. The fight against Gostek, which is David's natural weight is 175. Okay, I think if he goes to cruiserweight, I know some people maybe picking David over Zurdo. I think Zurdo knocks David the fuck out at cruiserweight. I'm going to make that
Yeah.
a hot take right
Bro,
now.
Maybe.
I favor
We have our own
I favor him
opinion.
too at
And
cruiserweight right now.
I
I'll
would
make
favor
and
Zurdo to beat the
yeah,
fuck out of David.
yeah, and I'll make this dead clear. David Benavidez never wants to go near Jai Opataya.
Oh no,
Nah,
That'd be a
Jai
that'd be
Apatai
a
would
sh-
fucking break that
that'd be
guy.
a straight murder. But
It will
this is
break
what
Canelo
this
too,
is
a
what I
bro.
mean.
murder.
This
Yo,
is what I
David
mean though,
Bennett.
about the weight bullying though. David can make 165, but then he'll put his body up. We call Devin Haney out for the same fucking thing. You know what he did to
Exactly.
Eugene
Haney's in trouble
Prograis.
for that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the point is, David makes 168 and then comes in like what 180, 185 on fight nights.
Okay.
Probably more.
That is weight bullying to guys who are not like Canelo. Let's be honest. If Canelo fights Benavidez, Canelo's coming in at what tops? Let's say 175.
75, 70.
Yeah, 175 ish. And we know David is going to have at least a 10 to 15 to 20 pound weight advantage on him. Would we all agree in the call?
And yeah,
Yeah.
and let me say this
Okay.
that's a little off topic real quick because I just want to get this out of the way. Ivan says IBFP Showbiz sold out. He pushes narratives now. He has a deal with the PBC, so now he's pushing those fake tank numbers and all this other stuff. And so look, I already know Showbiz has been a clown for a long time. I'm not tripping on that. He's doing what I expected. What I have a problem with is Hoss Delgado says the IBFP sold out. And so he's saying I sold out. Well, let me tell you this, Hoss. Looking at your picture, you need to sell your fat ass out at the gym.
But
Oh my god.
yeah, but I mean, going back to the whole weight bullying
He should
shit.
take Southpaw Junior with him.
That's not such a thing
Yeah,
as weight bully.
yes, there is. The
and
fact that you're ignoring it is pretty blatant. You pretty much ignore it for only Benavidez because you just brought up Alex Pereira.
Yeah,
So
I'm
what the
sorry.
fuck are you
It
talking
is
about?
weight bullying from
And like I said,
Benavidez.
Canelo has done it too. But you guys still quiet.
Exactly,
That's
8
hypocrite
years
shit
ago.
too.
He's not doing it now. Why you have to
That's
bring
the
up shit
point.
from 8
Like,
years
we could
ago?
say Canelo's being the one
still
weight
did
bully
it.
when he
Holy
fights these
shit.
bigger guys.
Isn't
Doing it once
it kind of
and
Canelo's
pathetic
weight
that you
bully
need
in
to go back?
the 175
Isn't
division.
it kind of pathetic? Isn't it kind of pathetic that you need to go back all that time ago in order to find something that Canelo has done? We are talking about recent shit from like a
Man,
year ago
Okay,
or
you
now,
want to
man,
talk
and on
whatever.
top
recent
of
shit?
that, man, and
And
hold
you
up,
know
and
what? And
on
you know
weight
what?
bully,
Yo, hey, you know what,
the
Let's
Jesus?
talk
170
Hold on,
recent
hold
shit
on. You
then.
know what, Jesus? You know what? Hold on, Jesus. And going back to that fight that he brings up, Canelo was at his weight class. He didn't call Khan out. Khan is the one that fucking jumped at the gun to take the payday. He's like, yeah, I'll come up. I don't care about the weight. I can make that. I can make that.
Exactly.
So it's not like
There you
Canelo.
go.
So it's not like
No,
Canelo was like
because
saying,
it
oh
wasn't
yeah.
just
Can I
that. It wasn't
interrupt?
just. It wasn't just
Did
the
Can
payday.
enforce his mandatory
It
too?
was also
Can I
the title
interrupt?
shot.
Can I interrupt? By the way, on
Did Can enforce his mandatory too?
yeah. Can I just interrupt because I'm going to be going so we can let more in here. Just on Amir Khan here. The reason why Amir Khan took that payday off Canelo is because he was ducking the Kell Brook fight before Brook, ruined himself against Triple G. Amir
no
Khan
mandatory.
ducked Kell Brook for life, and that's the truth. If you like, you know me, I'm from the UK. I know about
Yeah.
the UK boxing scene. I will tell you all straight fact. I mean, it was both of the retirement fight against each other,
But Amir Khan ducked Kell Brook for life. Even when they were in the primes, Brook would have finished that man bad style. So
Yeah,
Amir
agreed.
Khan's
Agreed.
booker, I'm siding on the Benavidez as a weight bully. I'm going to say this is my parting word. Good God, I really hope the Shakur fight ain't boring this weekend. I might be praying too much, but also, can we just make this a thing? Because I've seen people, saying no way to this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Bam Rodriguez is pound for pound higher than Tank Davis.
He is.
Hell
That's not
yeah.
even, that's not
He
even
is.
Hold on. I got to
believe
get an
I'm seeing-
analysis off this real quick. N1 Baller says, no ducking, no life. I saw him at the swap meet wearing a David Benavidez t-shirt.
That's right.
Oh,
Guys,
nah.
peace
All
out.
All
right,
day,
peace it.
bro.
Be
Have a
good,
good
hey,
night,
kid.
everybody.
All right, I gotta head
Bravo,
out too.
let me ask you this.
I gotta head
Why
out
does
too.
Bam Rodriguez not get the respect and credit he deserves? All the people respected him, kissing his ass and all this other stuff. But Tank Davis, who ain't did shit in his career, ain't never took no risk, none of that, somehow gets all this praise and accolades and on the pound for pound list when he don't deserve to be.
Oh,
Because
man,
it's
man,
Mexican,
I
that's
bro.
mean,
They hate on
not
Canelo fighting
actually.
Khan. Well, listen, real quick. They hate on Canelo fighting Amir Khan, but he had recently had fought what? Austin Trout, Floyd Mayweather, Angulo, Lara, Kirkland, Cotto, and then he takes a fight with Khan. Come on, bro. That's
but it's not even that, bro. But look,
you
I mean,
hate
check this
hating
out.
on the guy that
But,
went through all those fucking wars and shit, like credible, crazy opponents,
Former
and then he takes
champions.
and,
Bro,
and,
and
and he takes one
that's
tuna
not
fight,
even it. But that's
and,
not
and
even
the,
it,
and he
man.
takes one tuna fight, and you hate on him.
On top of that, man, we're talking about a Canelo who started at 140 versus a
Yep.
Benavidez who started at cruiserweight, bro.
They forget
yeah,
that.
like people, bro. You could go on BoxRec. You see that Benavidez was like a. I'm confused though because why were people calling the Bozdik fight the first time at light heavyweight? But I checked that on BoxRec. There was one fight where Benavidez was like 174. I was mad confused with that.
So he's been there before. Yeah, he's been there before.
Yeah, because isn't light heavyweight fucking the limit is 175, but isn't the starting weight 169?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what the fuck is this? Like, what type of shit are they pushing? Because on BoxRec, the whole info's right there.
They just keep moving the goalpost. They just keep moving the goalpost. Like, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? For someone that's done nothing at all. They're just
And
trying to get him.
And on top of that, man, Khan was actually getting a payday and a title shot as well, bro.
Right, because he was a champion at the lower weight class. Because like Kid said, he was, I guess, ducking Brook or a unification fight. So he was like, let me take this other fight because I'll be Mando and I'll take a payday.
No, welcome, man. We're talking about the Canelo, Benavidez, Charlo, all this stuff. What you want to chime in on any of this stuff, man?
Nah, man, I'm all good. I'm just listening in. Let's just hope that. I just want to say, let's just hope that this bullshit about him fighting, Charlo or Crawford
Berlanga.
or Berlanga, yeah, especially Berlanga. Let's hope that those really are just rumors because we've been waiting too long for a Benavidez fight, man.
Because if it doesn't happen, they're gonna blame it on David, like always.
But he holds the key.
Yeah,
He
the ball's
holds
in
the
his
key to
court
make
right
the
now.
fight.
Okay, like I
The
said before,
mandatory
what
is with
happened
him
to
right
He
now.
holds the key.
They're literally
UG
waiting on him, bro.
What happened
Man.
to the A side, bro?
The ball is literally in Benavidez' court.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happened to the A side though?
That's irrelevant because he has
That's
the
irrelevant right
mandatory.
now.
He
Now
got
it's
the power.
irrelevant.
He's got
Now
the
it's
power right
irrelevant.
now.
God
What the
Typical
fuck does
Canelo
the A
fan.
side
It's
have to do with
irrelevant
that
now.
shit when there's the mandatory? That's why
It's
the fucking
irrelevant
IBF was.
now.
That's why the IBF was able to fucking try to enforce the William Skull mandatory. They didn't give a fuck that Canelo was the A side. What the fuck?
Yeah. The A side is
check
only
this out. Check this out real quick. Yildirim was Benavidez mandatory for 2 years. And Benavidez never gave him the shot on his own mandatory. So Yildirim had to petition and enforce that motherfucker, and he got the fight against Canelo, bro.
Munguia enforced him
Why the
too?
fuck can Benavidez do the same?
Munguia enforced him too?
Yeah, because he moved up from the other weight class and he was a WC champ at the lower weight
So
class.
if he fights Berlanga, is because Berlanga enforced it too?
Hold on, no ducking no life. Hold on, no ducking no life.
I'm asking G Jesus. The question is for G Jesus. So
I know. I just want to say one other thing
September
though.
happens.
But no, I know. Hold on 1 second.
Go at BFP. My bad, bro.
I know. I just want to say this though. William Skull had enforced his mandatory too, and Canelo paid him to step aside. They came to an agreement. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand why it's so hard. I mean,
Yeah, like
That's what I'm
what
saying.
the fuck is the big
I
deal
know.
when Benavidez right now has the fucking power to try to enforce his shit. If the IBF and William Skull could do it, what the fuck is stopping David? He's bigger. He's a bigger name than William Skull. Like who the fuck knows William Skull?
Man, look,
I
bro, that shit
agree.
is
Okay,
look, bro, look,
that's
bro,
why I'm saying
that
G
shit is no, no,
Jesus.
no. That shit is easy, bro. Look, David petitioned when he was mandatory for Archer Beterbiev. He petitioned the WBC to be at 168, just like he can petition the WBC to enforce the Mando. He's already known to submit paperwork to the WBC. So all it needs to be done is him. He needs to submit the paperwork. Simple as that. And I'm
He
gonna
has
ask you
to.
this. And I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Ashley Knuckles, bro. What the fuck exactly do you like so much about David Benavidez? And I hope you don't give me the response he gave me, which is his combinations and his pressure, bro. What is it exactly?
What I see in him is I think he's the only guy who could be I'm not gonna say the only guy who could be Canelo because he's been beat by Triple G and by Floyd and by Bivol, but I see that he could be the next guy
You
to
like him
do it
because he
as
could beat
well.
Canelo. Not
I
Yeah,
see
that's
that
pretty
he could
much
be the
it.
you guys are
next guy to
Canelo
beat
haters,
He
I
Canelo.
just
think, bro.
he doesn't like Canelo, so he needs a guy. He likes the guy that has the most
Yeah, bro.
chance
You
of
didn't
beating
even talk about
Canelo.
his
That's for,
accolades,
like bro, come on,
his
just say it how
Bro,
it
angles.
is.
because
Why do
at
you
the
have
end
to
of the
You're
hide?
day,
talking about you like a guy because about a guy you hate.
Bro, like literally, he just
That's
had a
what.
fruit. He had a Freudian slip because he was about to say, "Oh, because he could be the only one to beat Canelo." He had to switch that shit up. Like, bro, just say
Mm-hmm.
it how it is. Why you scared?
bro,
Damn,
you
bro, that's
love
weird, bro.
Benavidez. You have a picture of
That
Benavidez, bro.
proves
You
the
talking
narrative
shit.
that Benavidez
Who
doesn't
know,
have fans. He
bro?
has
Why,
Canelo
bro?
haters
I'm
as
asking
fans.
you a question.
What's
Why
your
are you
question?
scared to just? Why are you scared to just admit? Oh, you don't like Canelo. That's why I
Nah,
only
well,
like David Benavidez
I said it
because he has a
before.
higher chance of he has
I
a
said it
higher
before
chance
too.
of beating Canelo.
I
Because you
said
were
Canelo
about to
is a
say
good
it.
fighter,
You were
but I
about to
don't think
say it,
he's
and
the
then you
best
switched it
fighter
up.
though. I don't think he's the best fighter though. That's my opinion. And imagine if everybody was, oh, Canelo, everybody will be like a Canelo fan. How boring will boxing be? What the fuck, bro?
Wait, how can everybody
Nah,
be
but
a Canelo fan when
we're
there's a
boxing
bunch of
fans, bro.
boxers? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. That's
168
what I'm
ain't
telling
only
you,
the
bro. I'm
168
telling
isn't
you.
the only weight class.
I
Like, what
say
the fuck are you
You're
Canelo
a
is
talking
a
hater
good
fan.
about?
That's
fighter.
kind of weird, bro.
Canelo's a
Bro,
good
this guy is
fighter.
weird.
Canelo's a good
Hold,
fighter. He's not just the best, bro.
I like this guy because he could beat the guy I hate.
Yeah, I like this guy because he could be, and
Thank
then
you,
he
bro.
pauses, and then he changes it.
wait,
Thank you,
what
Brent. I
Canelo
like you for
Canelo
being
can do
a
what?
faggot ass Canelo fan.
The
Bro,
same could
I
be
just,
said
We're
about you
bro,
for
boxing fans,
bro.
Bermudez.
bro. We look
There you go,
boxing
there you go. We got him.
unbiasedly,
We
bro.
got him. He's mad
That's
now.
it.
He's mad now. We caught his ass.
Yo,
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
man,
yeah,
mad.
bro.
We caught
bro,
his ass.
bro. Okay, man, I
Bro,
do
I
gotta
love it
address.
Just
too.
because we want Benavidez to enforce the Mando, he's insulting
I,
us.
and I have
Because
No,
we're
one
all
like
talking
question.
literally,
to each
I
other.
want Benavidez.
That's why we
I
want.
want
We need this
Benavidez to
fight, bro.
enforce the Mando. Like, what the fuck? I want to see this fight. I'll pay for this shit.
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
have a whole
He's
family
getting mad at
gathering
us
though.
because we want
We'll
Benavidez
bet
to
some
enforce
money
it.
on that, of course, bro.
Don't
Well,
talk
bro,
That's
That's
bro,
why
what are
we
you
bro.
need this
talking
We,
about
fight.
we
money
listen,
for? What
listen,
the
listen,
fuck is this?
That's why we
listen,
need
bro.
this fight.
Yeah, but we all of us, besides you, agree that the key is in David's hands. He has
He
to
has to do
force
it.
it to make the fight. But it
No, and
somehow
one
it
more
doesn't
thing.
get it does but it doesn't somehow it doesn't fucking fit into your skull. You keep saying A side. A side only matters. A side only matters when you're cutting up the money. Other than that, it does not mean anything. A
hold on,
side
hold on,
only means he's gonna take 90% of the pie and your boy's gonna take whatever he decides to give him.
hold on,
Okay,
nigga.
who's this? Okay, go.
Hold on, 1 second, 1 second. No ducking. This is the first time I'm gonna defend a man with a blouse. So,
Go, go. Thank
so
you.
what he's saying is that look, David should enforce his mandatory, but if he doesn't, then why is there no responsibility on Canelo? This is a fight that everybody want to see. It's a big fight. Why is nobody looking at Canelo like, hey, you're the top guy? Why are you not trying to fight David, but you'll fight your other mandatories and not this one? Now, the perfect response to that would be Canelo Alvarez has beaten everybody. He's unified the division, done everything. He doesn't make legacy with David, whether he fights him or he doesn't. It doesn't benefit Canelo any other way like that. But my only thing is that at the end of the day, David, you're right, Edgar. David has to enforce his mandatory to force the fight. But as far as Canelo, he's always going to pick and choose. If Canelo really wanted to fight David, he could have did it a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's
And
not
let
going to
me add
just
to
do
that.
that
Yeah,
organically.
Let me add to
Yeah.
that, BFP, to
exactly.
answer
Because
Edgar
if
Moreno. If Canelo went on a live right now and be like, "Hey, David, like grow up some balls. I'm coming after you," like how he did when the fight with Chavez Jr. happened. He welcomed Triple G, and that's my thing. I'm a David fan, but I'm gonna get on his ass too. that when he had the chance to walk into the ring, he just stood there like a fucking pussy, and that's the truth. We can all agree on that, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not even just that though. That's like social media shit. Just send the
Yeah, bro. Like, yo,
paperwork.
Hey, you guys
social
seen
media
Avatar?
Just send the
means
Yes.
paperwork.
You guys seen
yeah, social
Exactly.
Avatar?
media
No, no,
means
no. But what
nothing.
I'm saying is that it takes two to dance, and Canelo has more power to make the fight.
I know,
But yet
but
Okay,
why
he
but
has to
okay.
why
enforce
does
the
the way to
mandatory.
do fights these
David
days
has
have
to
to be
enforce the
call
mandatory.
outs? Oh, you're a bitch, you're a pussy, you're this and that. Why not just send the paperwork and send the offer? Talk to the promoters and shit. Like
Yeah,
why does it always have to be this game of, oh, I'm the tough guy and I'm calling you ass out? Why not just send the paperwork? Because at the end of the day, what counts is basically what's on paper. Everything else is bullshit.
hey, if you guys look at my
Yes,
Avatar, there's a picture of
agreed.
Canelo inviting Benavidez to the ring.
Yep.
Yes, that's what I just mentioned. That David was just like right there and didn't do shit.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
listen,
it's
no,
Just at least try to get in.
Yeah, but
listen, no.
If David was also about legacy though, like how come he doesn't leave the PBC then? Why is
Oh,
he
that's
so loyal to this
Boom.
one promotional company? Isn't it
Boom.
a good
isn't
point.
the sport of boxing supposed to be you want to fight the best, so you'll try to do the best you can to fight the best? And if that means you have to leave the promoter that's literally putting a wall between you and the biggest fight possible, you might as well
Mm-hmm.
leave that promoter. He's not doing the work that he's supposed to because the promoter is supposed to promote you. You are the fighter. You are the one making the promoter money. If the promoter ain't doing that shit because he's supposed to help you out too, and your advisor ain't helping you out either, telling you, "Hey, your promoter ain't doing the work he's supposed to. We could do better fights. Let's go to Matchroom. Let's go to Top Rank. Let's go to after these guys." Like, what the fuck is David doing though? Like, why is he still so loyal to this PBC shit?
Jesus, you make a great point because when
That's a
Canelo
good
went
point.
undisputed, he got those belts on the zone, then went over to the PBC. Think about it. Canelo was the A side. He could have demanded that Caleb Plant come to him, but Caleb Plant didn't want to move. He could have demanded that Caleb Plant take less money, but Caleb Plant demanded 10 million. Canelo gave that man everything he wanted just so he could
Mm-hmm.
go undisputed. Clavo in my
Yep.
Yep,
line.
Man,
yep.
yeah, actually, that was the
Correct.
second time. That was the second time he actually signed to a stable to get the fights that he needed. So yeah, why can't David do the same thing? Forget all that fucking crossing the street type shit. Your deal is over. Go ahead and cross over. Eddie Hearn was even down for the fight. Eddie Hearn was down to make that fight. Actually, I can see that fight being made either by him and with the Saudis. That shit could be done, bro. But this whole time, you're not trying to submit your paperwork, but you're still calling the man out. And
Yo,
here's what I don't
exactly.
get:
Yo, yeah,
you're
yo,
out there
Clavo.
calling you're out there calling the man out while you're at 175 fixing to fight Bostic. Why the fuck are you even talking about him when you got a fight with Bostic coming up? That's the
Right,
part that
right,
don't make no
yo,
sense either.
Clavo. And going
Fuck.
back and going back to no ducking, no life. His famous words. Oh, it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. Canelo's put in all this other work, and all your boy David has to do is file the paperwork. It takes two to tango. Okay.
Boom. Yep.
Boom, there.
Well,
I
like
Okay,
mean, look,
you
I
look.
also like to
Okay.
Moreno,
add in that
Moreno, Moreno. So if let's say even Canelo fights Jake Paul, you're gonna blame it on David too?
What? Why does it always have
What
to
the
fall
fuck?
back on
Nah,
him?
nah.
I
I'm
just
Yeah, why does
explained
it
asking,
it
always
to
bro.
have to
you,
fall back on
Come on,
Canelo?
bro.
Like, what the fuck?
bro.
He just said it takes
No,
two
I
to
said
tango,
the reason
but the
I'm
whole
asking is because we
responsibility
all
is
want
still
to see
on
the fight.
Canelo, though. Like, I thought
Because
it takes two to
I'm saying if
tango,
Canelo fight Jake Paul,
You just
if
bro.
said it
You
Canelo
takes
fight
just
two
said
to
Jake
it
Paul,
takes two to
tango.
are you gonna
tango.
blame it
Canelo's
on David
Canelo's
too?
done his job. David's job is to file some paperwork. That's it.
Literally,
Bro,
David.
That's
eh,
easy.
can
You
I
I,
guys
come
are
in?
never gonna blame it on Canelo. Anything he does is never Canelo's
But why
fault.
does it have to go back to Canelo when David right now all he has to do is just sign the papers and send it to the WBC? And then if the WBC starts doing some bullshit saying, "Oh, you need to fight someone else for the Canelo fight," I mean by this point, if the WBC is doing that, shouldn't David Benavidez fucking sue them because they're promising shit and they're not fucking complying? Like what the fuck?
And they will comply. But here's the thing: David has to file the paperwork. You have to call their bluff. If you really want the Canelo fight, call their bluff and no ducking. I promise you, everybody on this panel will call Canelo Alvarez a coochie. If that man,
mm-hmm.
if he enforces his mandatory, Canelo drops his belt and fight William Skull, Berlanga, Charlo, anybody after he enforces mandatory. Oh, and why did David Benavidez get a 2-week extension on his
Yeah, what the
deadline?
fuck? He knows what fight he wants, but he wants a 2 week extension for what? What the
Mm-hmm.
If
fuck?
you know Canelo's that guy, Clavo, why don't you just say, no, I don't need no fucking extension. Give me that smoke at 168.
Give me that
Agree.
damn
I
mandatory.
agree on that too.
Just like Ryder, he fucking
Skull,
pushed the Mando. Yeah,
Skull,
just like Skull got the step aside. You know what I mean?
Yeardrum.
And
Yieldrum, yeah.
Yeah, and Yieldrum,
Rocky
bro.
Fielding.
These were all enforced, bro. These were
Can I
all
chime? Can
actually
I chime in?
mandatories or enforced.
Yeah, chime in, no.
Yeah, get it, bro.
I was gonna back up on Edgar's previous point about the whole it takes two to tango shit. Like, Benavidez, he could have taken the fight back in March, but instead he decided to fuck off to 175 against a guy who was previously retired. So to me, that shit just didn't make no sense to me.
Exactly. Like they
I know
don't look at
yeah.
themselves in the mirror about what he's doing. Like
At least what David's doing, he's putting in work. And, like, what is
uh,
Berlanga doing? What is Jermall doing? They ain't doing shit. And you
we
guys,
agree, we don't
the
want
fight
those
But
happens.
fights.
that's
We want
why
the
we
fight
don't
that
want
you
those
want.
fights.
But your boy
Good,
doesn't want to file paperwork.
good.
Why
Like,
doesn't he
Okay,
do the
good.
paperwork though?
why
Like,
doesn't
what
he do
the
the
fuck,
paperwork?
man?
He should. He should. I agree, and he shouldn't have
Like
No,
asked.
we
but
it's like we said a
why?
hundred
His
We're
times.
asking
understanding
you
was
The,
supposed to
the
be
why.
the
We're
second
ball is
asking
round.
you.
literally in David's
We
court.
don't want those fights.
Man,
Yeah,
this
we're
whole
asking you
Fine, bro.
why. Like,
this whole
bro,
time,
just
this whole time you're talking about, man, Canelo needs to fight Benavidez. Canelo needs to fight Benavidez. What I don't hear from your mouth is, yeah, man, David does need to submit that paperwork. But you're
He
bringing up
does.
Jake
He does,
Paul,
bro.
bro.
I
You're
agree.
bringing up Jake Paul, bro. That's anecdotal, bro. That's I don't even know why you're even bringing that up. But like it is Canelo's responsibility as the A side because he does get to dictate terms. I agree
Thank
with
you.
that. But also, David does have the key in his hands with that WBC interim shit, bro. All you got to do is petition the WBC.
And
Simple.
look,
And guess what? What happens with that? Canelo is forced. You either need to make a fight by this date. If y'all don't come to an agreement, guess what? You're stripped. So the face of boxing did duck David Benavidez, and that's when all of us, I'll shut the fuck up after that. For
and,
sure.
and look, and look, Jesus, and I'm gonna show you how I keep the same energy. When Bud Crawford was undisputed at 147, he was undisputed. Boots was next. See, before he fought Errol Spence, he knew that no matter who won that fight, they were gonna have to go see Boots right after. He was the mandatory. They both knew that. People, all these fanboys talking about, oh, I don't know why Crawford has to get stripped. They're acting like dumbasses because everybody knew that the winner of that fight had to go see Boots. They knew this. And so immediately after, Terence Crawford said, oh, I want the rematch with Errol Spence at 147. And if it's not at 47, then there's no rematch. Errol Spence didn't want it at 47. And so it didn't happen. So why wouldn't you fight Boots at 47 then?
And
He got stripped.
everybody's
Boots
calling
enforced
Bud
the
a
mandatory.
duck.
It's a duck.
Everybody's calling Bud a duck for ducking Ennis.
Boy, there's a lot of people out here riding Bud's nuts acting like that don't even matter.
No, it does
yeah,
matter. It
like,
does.
It
bro.
does matter.
It's a clear duck. And it's
He
the
knows
exact
he
same
knows the
scenario.
time is ticking.
Yeah, because
TikTok.
fucking Crawford is getting older now. Like at these lower weight classes, it's already worse to be older because you need speed. You need everything else besides power in order to fight in these lower weight classes. If he was a heavyweight, okay, 37 at heavyweight. I mean, all of those guys are kind of plotty anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But 37 at fucking welterweight and super and light middleweight, like his time is ticking too.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
Right.
I don't even know why anybody's even entertaining that fight because of it. Exactly because of my boy what you said right there, man. Not only that, but also a 21 fucking round difference. You just need to go to 154, try to see if you can go undisputed there. If you can, then go up some more. But you're about to you're 37 years old. I mean, how much more can you do? Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, right around this time is basically when you should see what you can do at 154, man. That's your next move. That's your next weight class. You can't just jump up 3 weight classes, bro. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Well, Clavo, the problem I have with it is Bam Rodriguez has more Hall of Famers on his resume than Terence Crawford. That's no diss at Bud, but
God
Bam
damn.
Rodriguez does. Crawford has more accomplishments, but Bam Rodriguez has a better resume than Bud. Remember, never forget that Bud Crawford said Errol Spence Jr. was a media-created hype job.
Mm-hmm.
So if they said that, he ain't got no fucking Hall of Famers on his resume. Bam Rodriguez has a better resume than him. What are we talking about? Bud needs to. Bud, when you retire, you want to be known as the guy that said, "I beat all those guys. I wasn't afraid to fight. I fought everybody. You don't want to be the guy that said, "Oh, I tried to fight Canelo for a payday and I thought he declined, so I thought I could try to, run away and try to,
Yes.
survive for 12 rounds and try to get a victory and retire and be like, look at this payday, I'm so great."
Yes, exactly, bro. Look, man. Look, man. Boxing is becoming. I don't even want to describe it because now, for the simple fact that people are praising more popularity than actual accolades.
Thank you.
Like I don't see how the fuck are we actually making a guy like Ryan Garcia popular when we got fighters like Inoue who are actually fucking putting in work, bro. See, the clout is going in the wrong direction. We're not
Yes.
People are not watching boxing for boxing anymore. Me, I watch boxing because I want to see I want to see concussions, bro. I want to see the best opposition with the best opposition.
The best versus the best.
I want to see brain bleeds, bro. I don't want to see all this trash talking with fighters back and forth on Twitter. Oh, what's up? Let's make the fight happen. No, we're not gonna make the fight happen. Let's dance together in the streets like fucking Tank Davis and Adrian Broner type bullshit. That's not what the fuck we want to see. But apparently, these boxers are going viral by doing dance videos on fucking TikTok.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
bro,
Bro,
I,
these motherfuckers they're in the wrong fucking spot, man. But we want
yeah,
boxing, bro.
it's because in my opinion, I think it's because the sport got infiltrated by like these race baiters, these fucking
Yep.
casual TikTok people, like these social media fuckers. It basically just got infiltrated. But also, it's also because I mean, boxing these days, unfortunately, a lot of people look at the race of the fighters. It's not like MMA. At least in MMA, in the UFC, any fighter from any country, they get hype, like no matter what. Like Alex Pereira, this guy's Brazilian. This guy came from kickboxing, and he doesn't even speak English, but everybody fucking loves him. But if he wasn't boxing, nobody would give a fuck about him because
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, in boxing, they just have different lenses. They look at the fighters differently than in MMA.
And they
Exactly.
look
So
at you.
like,
Oh, is he undefeated? Or is he this? Or is he that? Or does he look like me? All that type of shit.
wait, what's the skin color? Just man, look, just like Vasily Lomachenko. Can somebody tell me what exactly is it that you don't like about this guy? I got a feeling that people started not liking him because he was calling out Tank Davis. So you're mad at a
Yep.
guy for calling out another fighter in his weight class? Like, drop. What the fuck? What planet are we on? What universe are we on that we get mad for fucking fighters wanting to fight another fighter like Tank Davis, bro? And now, but you're cool now that he's talking about retirement, you're cool with him fighting Vasily Lomachenko now. Ain't that, man? Ain't that about some shit,
Yeah,
bro? I'm
he
telling you,
aged
man.
his ass out after a few losses.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Pinhead said there are no Benavidez fans, only Canelo haters. No Ducky, no life. Are you a Benavidez fan or are you a Canelo hater?
Both.
What?
Oh,
Better
there you
agree.
go. There
There
you
you
He
go.
go.
admitted
He
it.
Hey,
He
to be
finally
admitted it.
honest, though,
admitted it.
He
Hey,
admitted it.
At least they admitted it.
hey.
He
He's
that's what
coming
we
admitted
out
it.
the
want.
Everything
That's what we
loves that.
want. We want to keep the
Finally,
same
he
energy. To
admitted
be
it.
honest.
He admitted it.
he came out the closet. Look, bro, I'm gonna just say this. Look,
Nah,
man.
G Jesus came out of
Look,
the
look.
closet, not
All
me,
right, gentlemen.
bro.
I'll catch you guys later.
Nah.
I
Yeah,
do.
get
Thank you
out of
for
here.
Let's
Stop
inviting me
tu
look,
on.
let's
flexing.
look.
I
Cállate,
appreciate you
puto.
guys.
Deja de tus
Let's
pendejadas,
look.
güey.
Man, look, man. I
Why
just
you
gotta say,
getting
look.
so
I mean,
sensitive, bro?
nah, bro. Actually, I just gotta tell you this, man. Look, I understand you like David Benavidez, and you're a Canelo hater. But check this out. You're going for a guy who's been champion twice, lost his belt twice, hasn't really done much even afterwards.
Never unified.
Never
It's
unified
fine.
versus wait a minute versus a guy 4 division world champion, Hall of Famer with several historical references. So where exactly is your objective here? Seriously, just think about that, bro.
And,
Yeah.
Why is Canelo getting hate from you exactly? What did he do for you not to like him?
and yeah, and I mean, and let me add this little twist to it. When Benavidez moved to 175, he fought a non-champion. When Canelo moved to 175, both times he fought world champions. And not only that, Canelo unified the division Benavidez was a champion in before Canelo even came, and Canelo came and unified the division in less than a year.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did.
He let that little motherfucker go in there, take his belt, and take all the other fucking belts. He let that little motherfucker go in there and do that. And you're still proud of him, bro? Seriously, bro,
No,
you ought to be
proud.
ashamed of
Nah,
yourself,
the
man.
fight could still happen in September, and even though Canelo's a favorite, has more accolades, more achievements, whatever, David could still win. That's how boxing works.
That's not the
It's
question.
styles make fights,
That's not the
not
question,
That's
accolades
not
though.
and
the
shit.
question.
Hey, bro, do you notice that Styles makes fight is one of his defenses that he always uses?
What do you
Styles
mean?
make fights
Exactly.
and it takes two to
No,
tango.
no, but
Those are
no,
like your
but
favorite
I
phrases, bro.
ask him the
It's
question
true.
again because he's just
What?
dodging it. Just ask him the
Yeah,
question
yeah, he
again.
did. Yeah, he
What is your
didn't answer the
question,
question.
Slavo? What's your
The
question,
question
bro?
the question was, okay,
What?
David Benavidez ain't really done much. Canelo's got all these accolades I already mentioned. I don't feel like repeating them. So what exactly has Canelo done for you not to like this man?
Oh, okay. Oh, simple. He's a four-time world champion.
Okay,
He
that's a
gets
reason
called
to
a
like him.
four-time world champion.
That's a reason to like
When
him.
when they mention that, they don't mention the rehydration clauses They just mentioned, oh, four-time
Hold
four-time
on, no,
world
no, Ducky.
champion.
No,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
you,
no.
you
Mentioned
just
I
the
really want to
oh
get
rehydration
my
this.
god,
clauses.
No,
you
no,
just
Ducky. No, no, hold on, hold on, hold on. No,
Let Nuke get
hold
it.
on, hold on,
I'm
hold
still
on. No,
not
Ducky.
done, but okay, keep
No, no,
going.
hold on,
Go.
no,
Go
Ducky.
on,
Let me
BSP.
ask you a question. In the best fights of Canelo's life, when he fought Dimitri Bivol, did he have a rehydration clause in that fight?
Not with Bivol, but with
No, no,
Kovalev,
no,
he
no.
did.
I understand what you're saying. I'm talking about the best in his life. So if Canelo was some kind of coward that's always using clauses, why wouldn't you use it on the best defensive fighter active in boxing in Dimitri Bivol?
He wanted to. I think he got too comfortable with Kovalev. He was like,
No, no,
maybe
no,
I
no,
can
no,
do
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Maybe I
You
can do it without a
misunderstand.
rehydration clause.
Hold on. You talking about Kovalev? He fought them a while apart. Think about it. When he had his run at 168, how many rehydration clauses did he put on all those world champions he fought?
Also, Jacobs too.
That had nothing
Yeah,
to
but
do with 168,
And
and
what?
Jacobs didn't adhere to the
no, well,
clause.
I'm talking about
Hold on.
rehydration
Jacobs didn't adhere
clauses.
to the clause, so Jacobs came in overweight, and Canelo still smoked him.
Exactly, bro. You
Okay,
need to do your
all I gotta
research.
say is Canelo is the active fighter with most rehydration or more clauses to his advantage, and that's a
Hold
fact.
on. But in all of his
What?
big fights, he never
oh
had
my
any
god.
clauses in his favor. Bivol, none. Saunders, Smith, Plant, none. Triple G, none. Floyd Mayweather, none in his
Chavez
advantage.
did
So he fought. Hold on, he fought all these top guys and had no strategic advantages.
not
Why
in
are you
those.
mad? I don't
Trout,
understand it.
No, I'm
Trout,
saying in
no
other
advantage.
fights. He's an active fighter. Well, you guys want me to answer my question? That is my answer, and it's a fact. He's the fighter with most clauses to his advantage.
Okay,
Wait,
Name
He
me
but
has
that.
more
wasn't
clauses to
wait,
his
but
advantage
okay.
than Canelo.
but
Let
wasn't Manny Pacquiao before he retired? Wasn't he also active during Canelo's time?
Yes, he
Isn't
was
Manny
the
Pac?
most.
Didn't I say with the active fighter? Manny Pacquiao's retired, bro.
But
No,
he was
no. But
active
at
while
the
you're
time,
You're
yeah.
talking.
But
what you
at the
said is
time when
Manny
irrelevant.
Canelo was
Pacquiao's
so
actually in the hold on. Manny Pacquiao's actually in negotiations for a world title against Mario Barrios, so he's not theoretically retired at this moment because he's in active negotiations. So you're wrong.
He came back from retirement. That's different.
He never
nah,
yeah,
was
but
retired.
yeah,
He
but
never
even then,
officiated his retirement.
bro. And also, bro, this shit sounds so stupid, bro, because the rehydration clause on Kovalev, that actually fucking makes sense. You're talking about a guy from 140 all the way to 175. So that one actually fucking makes sense, bro.
He didn't come from 140 when he fought Kovalev,
No, no, no.
bro.
I'm
Don't
talking about
lie.
no,
He
no.
still
I'm
came 2 weight
no,
classes up.
no. I'm talking about who started fighting at 140. Listen, bro. Listen,
Oh yeah,
escucha.
well that he started, yes.
Okay,
But
we're
he
talking
still
about
came 2 weight classes
we're
up.
talking about a little bitty ass guy, a little bitty ass dude went up to 175 all the way from 160, fought a world champion who's coming off of 2 wins from 2 undefeated fighters, and he fucking put him on his ass. And your boy, your weight bully over there, finally went to where he belongs and couldn't get the fucking guy out of there. So what the fuck are you arguing?
That's all right. Triangle theories don't work, bro.
This ain't
Oh my
this ain't a
god.
triangle theory, bro. What the
Don't
fuck are you
yes, because
smoking?
you said he couldn't do what Canelo
Single
did or
theories don't
yeah,
work
whatever
in
but that's not a
boxing.
tri-
against
That's not a
Canelo.
triangle theory though, because triangle
Bro.
theories involve fighters that fought each other. Kovalev and Volzek never fought each other.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Do you know what a triangle theory is, bro? Please tell me what a triangle theory is, please.
You
Triangle
are the
theory is
weakest link.
when they both fought Plant, Canelo, and Benavidez. That's a triangle
Yeah, but
theory,
Okay,
bro.
yeah,
okay, there
now
you
And
go.
that's
that's
So
what
we're
you
not
guys
talking
always
about
yeah.
bring
There
Plant.
you
up.
go. There you
Oh,
go.
that's
But
There
you
you
guys
before
when
with
you
go.
guys always
Volzek and
bring up.
Kovalev,
Oh,
that wasn't a triangle theory.
That wasn't a triangle theory, bro. Come on, you need to think about that shit
it's because I
for
heard you
real.
say that he couldn't put the man away. Like what man away? I thought you meant
No,
Plant.
no, I was no, bro. I was talking
No
about
one ever
Volstagg,
mentioned Plant.
bro.
Oh,
Hold
because
on.
he said
You're not
he couldn't
listening.
put the man away.
You're
That's
not
Okay,
why he said it.
listening. That's
okay,
what I'm saying.
hold
You're
on.
not listening, bro. I said when Canelo went to 175, coming from 160, he beat a world champion carving up 2 wins from 2 undefeated fighters. He got the man out of there. But when David finally went to 175, where he should be, he could not get the man out of there. So again, what the
Maybe if
fuck
he
are
put
you
a if
arguing?
maybe he put a rehydration clause like Canelo, he would have put him in a way. Maybe we would never know because it didn't happen like that way. It's not the same fight,
You're
not the
talking
same
about
thing.
a little bitty ass
Rehydration clause on
Canelo.
one side, not in the other side.
Uh,
It's not the same thing.
so a little bitty ass Canelo, a little bitty ass Canelo with a big ass David Benavidez. Really, that rehydration clause made fucking sense, dog. Now
That's
your
why.
boy,
Okay,
now your
that's
boy
what you
Tank
say
Davis.
because you're a fan, bro. You're a fanboy. That's
Nah,
why you say that. That's why you
nah,
say that.
nah.
It makes
Dude,
sense.
dude, if I'm a fanboy, then you a fangirl because you can't tell me why the fuck you like David Benavidez. Simple as that,
That's
bro.
why we
Oh
gotta.
shit.
That's why we need the
Bro,
fight. That's
bro,
why we
this
need
Oh
the
my
fight.
god.
bro.
That's
bro.
why we
This whole
need
time, bro. This
David to
whole
put the
time,
paperwork, and that's why we need Canelo to do some work too.
But
Bro,
what he doesn't
because
need
if
to
No,
do
he
Berlanga
doesn't
any
have to do
work
happens,
right
anything.
now.
Crawford
Like, watch.
happens,
There,
it,
right now, there's a 2 week extension. So Benavidez has to be the one to put in the work. Canelo doesn't
he
even have to
has
do
to.
shit because no, watch. Canelo doesn't even have to do shit right now because there's a 2 week extension. So right now, all the fucking thing for this fight is on Benavidez. After those two
Yeah.
weeks, yeah, by that point, yeah, the A side shit counts because okay, he didn't do shit with it. So now, if Canelo wants to, he can make the fight. But it also depends on if Benavidez chooses to go to 175. Then
Thank you
obviously
for
the
admitting
fight
that
wouldn't
the
make
A side
sense.
ain't doing shit. Thank you for admitting that the A side ain't doing shit. But yes, I
No,
also
no,
admit that
dumbass.
that
Because
David has to do some more
if you
that's
paperwork.
not
listen,
what he
I
said.
said there's a 2 week
That's
extension. So right now, the A
David
side
has to
shit
do
is
paperwork.
irrelevant because Benavidez has to sign in the paperwork. So what the
He
fuck is
has
you
to.
talking about?
bro. You're
Okay,
impatient,
now let
bro.
me tell you
Este güey
something.
es pendejo, no
Let's say he does the
mames,
paperwork.
güey.
Let's say he
Este
does the
güey es un
paperwork.
pendejo, no
Let's
escucha,
say he does the
no sabe
paperwork.
cómo entender las
Let,
cosas,
let
man.
Hey yo, Diddy. Hey, let's say he puts the paperwork. Let
Man,
Yo,
you
he
know it's
said,
bad when you start speaking
oh
Spanish.
hey,
no, oh
speaking facts right here.
no.
Okay, hey Diddy. So let's say he writes the paperwork. Let's say he writes the paperwork, and let's say Canelo doesn't get what's it called? He doesn't vacate the belts. What are you guys gonna say if it
he's
doesn't
gonna
Wait,
have
happen
what?
that
Wait,
way?
wait,
he's
wait.
gonna
How
he's
the
gonna
fuck would he not
bro.
vacate the belts if he
He's
just
gonna
put in the
He
paperwork? What the
he's
fuck?
gonna
Exacto. That's
bro.
what I'm
He's
saying.
gonna get
Let's say
stripped,
David
bro.
puts the paperwork. After the paperwork, let's say Canelo still keeps his belts. What are you guys gonna say?
Yeah,
He
but if he keeps his
can't.
belt,
He
yeah, but
can't.
if he keeps his belt, that's because he either made a deal with Benavidez or he paid him step aside money to keep that belt. So what the fuck is you talking
I'm
about?
asking you, bro. I want to
No,
know.
No,
because
no, no,
if he
no,
put in the
no.
paperwork and Benavidez did the whole fucking mandatory shit, there's no way Canelo could keep the belt. He would have to drop it. The
He'll get
WBC would
stripped.
fucking strip him.
It's
That's why
called
I'm
What the
asking you,
stripping,
fuck?
Diddy.
Edgar.
Don't get mad, Diddy.
Bro, you don't understand. Like, I don't think he understands. Hold on.
Yo,
I don't think he understands. He doesn't understand. Listen, like you just said, if David files the paperwork, then Canelo is going to get notified. And now is where the A side comes into play. Because now Canelo's going to be like, okay, we can make this fight, but let's just pretend that it's going to be $100 million fight. I'm going to take 95 million and you're going to take 5 million. Agreed or disagreed? That's where the A side starts to come in. And now if
hmm
Benavidez really wants that belt and he's really about that life, he's going to be like, yes, sir, let's make this fight. But your boy is not going to file the paperwork and he's not going to be which is not going to basically force the other sequence of events to happen. But let's see if he does.
Let's see.
Exactly. We just have to
Let's
see.
see. Let's see.
But again, that hypothetical he made no sense because if Benavidez does do the paperwork, like how the fuck would Canelo keep the belt besides either paying off Benavidez to step aside because he wants a different fight, or he makes the fight. That's the only way for him to keep the belt if Benavidez
Right,
files the
right,
paperwork. So
right.
like
because I
that
think
made
he
no
believes
sense.
I think he believes that even if he does submit the paperwork, Canelo can keep his belt. No, bro. If he
No, it
submits the
can't.
paperwork, Canelo
No,
will be stripped. Canelo will be given a deadline, and he will be stripped of the WBC. Simple as that.
literally, if
Hopefully it
that shit
happens
was
that way.
true, how come Canelo had to pay off William Skull for them to not take his IBF belt away? Because these sanctioning bodies, when it really counts and when they want those mandatories made, they don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. They'll take your shit away. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Hopefully it goes the way you guys are saying. And let's say in the worst, because I know even though you guys like Canelo or you guys like how he boxes, whatever. Let's say everything goes well. And let's say David doesn't do the paperwork. I'm gonna be back and I'll be like fucking David, like just disappointed me, fucking pussy. He's done me, cloud chasing,
Hold on, not
cloud
disappointed you.
chasing,
No, not disappointed you.
disappointed
If
all of
David,
us.
hold on. If David
Bro,
doesn't do the paperwork, you need to keep the same energy we got to keep.
yes.
Come on here and call
hmm
David a pussy and a coochie
Yes.
for doing
That's
that.
Yes.
what that's what I was telling you, JBFP. If that happens, I gotta come back and I gotta fucking moan when I wipe my ass like Diddy right here. So we keep the same energy, no worries. We even though
But
we agree to disagree, we all want Canelo Benavidez.
That's
bro,
true.
it also depends though because if let's say he chooses to be mandatory of Benavidez better be a Bivol, okay, fine. Like we'll give him a pass. Like that's a good
Oh
fight
yeah.
too. If he
It is a good
but
fight.
But
That's
if
true.
he but if he fucking passes up on both of them and doesn't do shit with both mandatory spots, then like by this point we'll be asking like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like he didn't go for
Yeah.
any of the three guys.
Hey, one question. What if he goes with Morel? Since we've been asking for Morel, even though
Okay, then
like
Morel's good too. Like at least
good.
Morel is a
Thank you,
guy his
thank you,
size, in my
thank you.
opinion.
Because
I don't know about the rest
he's
of
been
them because
counting
they all
David out.
no, because they all have different opinions. I can't talk for the whole panel. In my opinion, fine, he can fight Morel because everybody's asking him
I
to fight
agree too.
Morel too because
It's gonna be
Morel's
a
chasing
badass
his
fight.
ass.
Look, I have no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no problem if he picks Better Be Above All at 75. Just
Morel.
don't ever say Canelo ducked you because you had a chance and you walked away. Just like with
Yes,
that 2 week extension. Why you need 2 weeks if Canelo to fight you want?
I
Force it.
agree.
Force
Yeah,
it.
like what the fuck?
You need two
That's
weeks
true.
for.
Look,
and and
that's like taking a girl out on a date and you're like, oh wait, I need 2 weeks to think about it. Like what the fuck?
No, fuck it. I'm getting them cheeks
for real,
tonight.
that's
for real,
that's
man.
right.
Bro,
Oh
I
shit.
mean, look, man, the same way that you're mad about David not getting the Canelo fight, you could also fucking put that energy on. Yo, how come David didn't stay at 175 and wait for the fighter of winner
Yeah,
of Bivol and Better Be?
that's what I'm saying.
Why aren't you mad about that, bro? Like
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah. I'm actually mad that he also fucked up and did coke and missed weight. I am upset, bro. I am upset because we've been wanting this fight, and the longer it takes, Canelo is the obviously he's getting older. He's older than David, so it's only gonna favor David. But
okay,
I'm not. So it sucks, bro. That's
bro.
why
I mean,
I
I,
am
I
mad.
mean,
I am mad because of David too.
bro. I gotta point out your. I mean, I don't know, bro. The way it's contradicting because you're saying that you're mad about but David Benavidez doing coke, losing his belts. Well, guess what? Canelo has never done anything like that.
Yes, true.
But you still don't like him for whatever
Boom.
reason,
Nah, I said no. Let me correct myself. I like him. I just don't think he's great. Like maybe some of you guys think that he's the all time great.
bro. Are you aware that they just built? He's an actual real life Rocky. They just built a statue of him in Tezacatlan, way. They just
Sí,
built him a
sí. Yo
statue
te creo, güey.
and on a fucking and on a museum, bro. He's not only great, bro. He's gonna be down as one of the number one top 20 of the greatest of all time, bro.
Yes.
That ain't no lie. Like real
Yeah, like
talk.
what the fuck? How
True.
could Canelo not be an all-time great? Like when you see his resume, he's fought the guys that he needed to fight. And okay, in the beginning, obviously he was cherry picking because he was a young guy, but and also he was also weight bullying people. I understand that. That's a thing that you could criticize Canelo. But now in his late career, when he's fighting fucking world champions, like bro, by this point, he's already taking out guys that are already on the top. So and he's doing it in a way that's dominant. Like even with Mungia, even with Mungia, he fucking dropped his ass and dominated his ass. Mungia couldn't even let out his punches like he used to.
Yeah, we knew who was gonna win that
Canelo
fight
could retire
already.
right now if he wanted to.
He really
Okay,
Yeah,
could.
like
but
what the fuck?
like I
So
said,
yo,
Canelo,
there's
like
better fighters
real,
than
real,
Canelo. Like Usyk is way better than Canelo. Doesn't
This
sell
not a
as
stop.
much.
comparison
Doesn't
between
sell
Oh
as
my
Canelo
much
and
god.
as
Usyk, though.
Yo,
yeah, we're not
There
so
could
real,
be
doesn't sell
comparing.
as
multiple
much
great
as
fighters who
Canelo does.
different things.
real
Yeah,
quick,
Is
like
real,
is not is not is
His
not
legacy is not dependent
on
upon
the
Usyk.
Forbes list. He's not on the
so
Forbes list, but
real quick, real
still
quick.
Usyk is better.
Yo, no Dougie, no light. So you just said that you don't believe that Canelo is a great fighter. So let's just
He is.
pretend and let's
Usyk is
hope.
better though.
Okay, hold on. And let's just pretend and hope that the fight gets made and he beats the shit out of your boy David. Is he gonna be great then? Is he gonna be
Okay,
great then?
this is my prediction.
You gonna
Even
eat
if
your crow?
No, no, no,
Canelo
no, 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 no,
wins,
no, 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 no,
no,
no. I'm not
answer
asking
the
your
No,
prediction.
Are you
question.
I'm
gonna
telling
eat your
you.
if
I'm
crow?
David
telling you.
wins,
I'm
he's gonna
telling you right
win, but
now.
he's gonna be
I,
all fucked up too. That's
oh
why
my
he's a
answer
great
God,
fighter.
bro.
Oh my lord!
I'm
Just
asking you the
answer the
question.
question.
answer the
Like
What's your
question,
question?
if
please.
the fight gets made
Ask your
and he
question.
gets his if the fight gets made and he beats the brakes off of David, is Canelo gonna be great then?
Nah,
What
What
the
he
the
fuck?
won't.
Okay,
That
no,
that
no,
like
no, no,
like
no. Wait, wait,
you
wait.
guys
Let him
said it
justify
before.
that. Let's
You
see.
guys
Why
said it
not?
before. That does
Why not?
nothing to his pound for pound. It does nothing. It's
So
just
then why do you want the fight?
another
So
big
why do you
name.
want the fight then? So why
Yeah,
do
why
you
you
want
want
the
the
fight?
fight then?
No,
Everybody
no,
wants to
no,
fight, not just
no,
me.
no, not even that.
You
Not
guys
even
don't want to
that.
fight
No, not even that. Why are
No,
you
we're
hyping up
asking
David
why
so
do you
much?
want the fight? We all got our own reasons why we want the fight, but we want your reason.
I'm trying to
because
get to the
I
bottom
feel
of
like
why you
David's
want
gonna
the fight.
win. You are asking me a different question. That what if David loses? If David loses, I'll be back and I'll be like, you know what? Fuck, Canelo was way better than I thought.
But that was not my question. You said he's not great. And if these things happen, let's just say I'm pretending, but let's just make believe that the fight gets made, he gets his ass beat. Is Canelo great? Yes or no? And you said no. So then my second question is, so why do you want the fight?
Because
Mhm.
I still feel David wins. That's why. That's why I want the
Dude,
fight.
All right.
does that make
Okay.
sense?
My
Does that make
attitude.
Wait, wait.
does
Does
that
that
So
make
make
the
any
sense to
fight.
sense?
anybody?
So basically, what he's saying is he only wants to fight because it will prove something for the fighter that he likes, but it won't prove anything for the fighter that he dislikes. Isn't that a
I
double
will make
standard?
some money
It
too
is.
Bro,
because
Yeah.
if David's gonna be the
yeah,
underdog, I'll make some money
bro,
too.
bro, you're making me want to lick some windows, bro.
That's a double standard though, because okay, if Canelo's not great now and Canelo won't be great after he beats Benavidez, then what's the point of him fighting Benavidez then? Because
And what?
So wait,
then
wait
that
a
means
minute.
Dude,
Wait
no
a
but
minute.
fight.
Hold
That
on. I
basically
gotta
means
cut
hey,
everybody off.
it's okay,
Hold
bro.
on.
It's
No
not like
ducking. No
Canelo's worried
ducking.
about what I think of him. He doesn't give a fuck.
no, but
No,
we're
no
not talking
ducking.
Why
about
you
him
guys care
thinking
so
about
much?
you. We're just talking about you right now. Like what I'm asking is if
What's up, Diddy?
the
Ask
fight
me,
that
Diddy.
everybody wants, which is David Benavidez, if even him beating Benavidez, that doesn't prove anything, then why do we need to see this fight then? Because if Benavidez being the most dangerous opponent supposedly at 168 won't prove anything for Canelo, then why
Mhm.
wouldn't then that means no fight in the world would prove anything for Canelo, which means that Canelo has the excuse to choose anybody he wants. Because either way, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, that shit don't count anyways." So like by this
That's
point,
been Canelo's career all the time, anyways, bro.
So
wait,
hold on, hold on,
how?
hold
He's
on,
Then
hold
he
on,
never
hold
must
on.
stopped.
plan.
No
This
ducking.
guy, this guy,
Hold on.
bro.
1 second, Edgar. 1 second. 1 second. No ducking. Is David Benavidez a great fighter?
Yeah, I was
Nah,
just about to
nah,
ask
he's
that. I was just about to
he's
ask
not
that.
as great as
So-
Canelo.
Hold on,
Even
hold
though
on.
he's
So
not
he's
as
not.
good,
Hold
I feel
on.
like he
No
wins,
ducking. So he's not
bro.
as great as Canelo, but you still like him.
I still
Exactly.
feel like he beats Canelo.
But I know, but
Bro,
you
like
still like him as a fighter. So I just find that odd that Canelo's not as great as you think he is, as we think he is. But Benavidez is less than that. But you like Benavidez more than Canelo. Your logic don't make sense.
Exactly.
bro, like he
Ni
can't find
modo.
anything.
It
Like he
is what
only
it
likes
is.
Benavidez because he thinks Benavidez could beat Canelo. Like you could be
Thank you.
fans of fight. Look,
Thank you,
you
D.
could be fans. Shut the fuck up. Watch. You could be fan of
Woo! I
fighters.
pulled the nerve
You
right
could
there.
you could be fan of fighters that haven't accomplished shit. Like literally, I am a fan of Dakota Linger, and Dakota Linger is like, like when you look at his resume, it's not even good. It's like below journeyman level. But the reason why I like Dakota Linger is because when they bring him in, because they think he's a cherry pick, he fights with his heart out, and he actually tries his best, and he proves to everybody that he even at the lower level, he's dangerous. That's why I like Dakota Linger. But you can't even do that for Benavidez. You can't even say what you like about him besides,
Too
oh, I
Mhm.
bad.
think he could be Canelo. That's it.
Too bad,
Like what
Diddy.
the
It
fuck?
is what it is.
All right.
So you basically just don't like a fighter, and you just like the fighter that you think will beat him. Is that it?
That's it, bro.
I
Hey,
told
he admitted
I
it.
told
Yes.
Nuke, I told you, bro. The madness has no endless.
It
The
doesn't.
madness
It
has
doesn't.
no end.
Wait. So that comment was correct. There are no Benavides fans. There's only Canelo haters.
That's really accurate. Untouchable Raider says Ryan
Oh
Garcia.
shit!
Untouchable says Ryan Garcia got fame and fans started rising when he started coming out in Jake Paul and Logan videos, hanging out with YouTubers. Yet people just hate on Inouye and Canelo, and that's true. I mean, Ryan got a lot of fame based on all the social media stuff, but Inouye and Canelo get unrealistic hate. It doesn't make sense why
Mhm.
they get hate. Saying Inouye needs to fight over here, he needs to fight over there. Canelo got to do this, he got to do that. None of their hate makes any sense. I
Right.
really don't get it. Hold on. This guy says, IBFP, you sound like you know what? IBFP, you pussy is hurting because Canelo ain't fighting your daddy, David. You're a fanboy
What?
for Benavidez, IBFP.
Jesus Christ! I
Man,
told you,
that,
bro. The
Click the
Oh my
madness
link,
has
god.
no
bro.
endless.
his
The
name is
madness has no end.
La Riata de Mexico, La Zorra de Mexico. Nigga, man, that motherfucker some stupid ass shit, bro.
La zorra de México.
Damn, I'm a maybe he thinks that the IBFP is no ducking. Maybe he mixing us up or something.
Yeah,
Maybe. I
because
was
what the
about
Nah,
to
fuck?
say,
nah, nah.
maybe he
Don't
is,
get it
man.
twisted, IBFP. Hey, yo, Clavo, I got a question for Clavo.
A ver,
Hey, ¿eres de Jalisco, bro?
no, yo soy de Michoacán.
Órale. Órale.
Oh
I asked
nah,
you because
you two are
because I asked you because most people that go actually go for Canelo are from Jalisco, not from other
Nah,
places.
nah, I'm
That's why
from
I asked.
Michoacán.
Cool.
Well,
Man,
well, actually, well, no. Actually, if you knew your boxing correctly, you would actually know that Canelo's family is actually from Michoacan, but they moved to Jalisco, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that,
Well,
but
see,
good to know.
that's what I'm saying, man. You don't know, bro. You don't know, but you're talking on here like you do know, man.
No, like I said, Canelo. It's because the thing with Mexican fighters, I got Salvador Sanchez, on top of Canelo, and that's just my opinion. Like I said, I can tell you anything I want from how I think Usyk is
Bro,
better, this and that.
that's
I probably won't
bro.
change your mind, but it is
No
what it
ducking, no
is.
life.
And
No ducking, no life.
hold
I'm
on,
actually,
bro, hold on. And what I wanted to tell you, bro, that Canelo, he's a good fighter. I just don't like the fact that he's also like cocky and see like I can do whatever I want. Like kind of Floyd Mayweather. I used to tune in to watch Floyd just to watch him lose. I had Pacquiao winning that fight. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But I see kind of Canelo doing what Floyd is doing, and I dislike that about Canelo too. I dislike that people talk shit about him. He pretty much picks and chooses like Floyd does, and that's just my
So,
opinion, bro.
so,
Like,
so, so are you mad that he picked Jaime Munguia over David Benavidez?
yes, because I already knew Canelo was gonna win that fight. I think we all did, or you guys are gonna say that you guys thought Munguia was gonna pull it off.
No. Here's my point.
Go
Here's the reason. Here's the reason why I understand why he fought Munguia instead of Benavidez. Why? Because the common opponent that they got, Munguia
Ryder.
actually beat Wright in a better fashion than fucking David Benavidez beat Plant. And also, I also need to mention that also Munguia and Canelo have another common opponent, which is Liam Smith as well. So I think
Yeah,
that fight
at
made a little
140.
more sense for Cinco de Mayo.
And
So I
and let me
mean,
tell you this, Clavo, and hopefully you agree, or if you don't, it's okay too. But I feel like Munguia was a cherry pick, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we all can
this guy.
agree.
Oh my God, here we
Hold
go.
on, hold on. Because we all can agree that Canelo hates Oscar de la Hoya more than any fucking human being ever, and he still made de la Hoya money on that fight, even though he dislikes that fool.
So what
Am
does
I
that have to
wrong?
do with Munguia?
bro, they ain't got nothing to do with Munguia. Wait a minute. So you're telling me
It
that
does because
Munguia,
it's De La Hoya
Why?
is Munguia's promoter. What do you mean?
Yeah, but that
Munguia
doesn't have
Has
to do
nothing to
anything
do.
with him. They,
43 and
It's
0.
making De La Hoya money because of
it made
Canelo.
Munguia money too.
Yes, I agree. But like, let's say Canelo doesn't like that David is talking all this shit, but Oscar talks more shit than David, and still
But,
we got the fight.
but
Bro,
Oscar's
I
not a
gotta
fighter.
ask,
Oscar's not
bro.
a fighter anymore.
He's not, but he's a promoter.
I
He's
gotta ask.
Munguia's
No, no,
promoter.
no. What was the big stable name on the headline of that fight? Because it wasn't Golden Boy.
It
No, it was
wasn't.
Canelo. It was Canelo Promotions.
It was PBC and Canelo Promotions, bro. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya might have had a little bit of grab in the cookie jar, but he didn't fucking
Exactly.
get that much. Come on, bro. Think
Exactly.
about it.
Still, that's
But
why,
this,
and that's why I call it a cherry pick. It's
Can
a
you guys
fact.
hear me?
What I said is a fact.
yeah.
No,
Or
it's
am I
not.
lying?
No, you're lying, bro. Because Jaime
Oh,
Munguia
how
was
am I
40.
lying?
Jaime
Isn't
Munguia
Munguia
was
co-promoted with Golden Boy and Zanfer? I think.
yes, exactly. And also on top of that, 43 and 0, 80% KO rate. He's been a world champion before. How is
And
that a fucking also
and
reach advantage? Go ahead.
Clavo, not to mention this, everybody said Canelo was ducking Mexicans and Munguia's a Mexican. And
Boom.
so and,
Exactly.
and
And
that's another
that's where
David's
I
not a
also call
Mexican.
Canelo a
David is an
hypocrite.
Arizona fighter.
That's how I also call Canelo a hypocrite because he did say from his own mouth, "I don't want to fight Mexicans,"
No. He never said
and
I
he said it
wouldn't fight.
because
He said I don't want to, but that's not ducking
yes,
Mexicans saying you don't. I would prefer not to fight with them, but he still did it. That's not
but see,
saying that I won't.
when did
Saying
he
you
say
prefer.
that?
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I prefer not to fuck fat chicks, but if I got locked up for 6 months, I'm knocking it down when I get out of jail. So,
Right?
I prefer not to do it. If lock me up for 6 months on some violations, then I'm
I'm
gonna
on the
get
same
out and
page.
knock it down.
I love it. I love that shit, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Sus, you're
you
Oh,
online.
you get a coffee
Bro,
break, Diddy.
wait,
This
can
is
you
not a
guys hear me?
conversation for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, but how does my voice sound? Because I'm not using a mic right now.
Oh, you're
it
fine, bro.
sounds fine.
Oh,
You
okay.
Sounds
sound
like Diddy still.
you sound sexy, bro.
Nah, but
Got it,
what's it
Clavo.
called? What's it called? That's weird though, because I see a lot of non-Mexicans saying, "Oh, Canelo doesn't like fighting Mexicans." Like, let's say there was two other Mexicans besides who they think Benavidez is, because Benavidez ain't no Mexican. But
Nope.
Let's say if Zurdo was still at 168 and Jaime Munguia were at 168, you really think they would use the same excuse? Oh, he doesn't want to fight those two because they're Mexican.
No, he would, if they had a belt or if they had something at stake, he's gonna take them.
No, but what I'm saying is that no ducking, no life is basically saying, oh, Canelo is a hypocrite because he fought a Mexican even though he said he wouldn't. But
That's what I said.
they're only using that to prop up Benavidez because they wouldn't use that for Munguia, or if Zurdo was still at 168, they wouldn't use that for Zurdo. They're only
Yeah.
using that for Benavidez.
Right, agreed. I'm saying, yeah, like if those two guys were at that weight and Canelo and they were contenders or they had belts and Canelo was in that same weight class, he wasn't gonna fucking step aside and be like, bro, you got a belt, I got a belt, we gotta unify.
Exactly. So like, what the fuck? What
I
is
mean,
fucking no ducking, no life talking
I
about?
mean, I just
I
want to
don't
know
know, bro.
how is Munguia a cherry pick? How is Munguia a cherry pick, bro?
I don't
Like
know, man. I
seriously.
keep saying the madness has no end.
Bro, how is he a cherry pick? He literally destroyed fucking Ryder better than Canelo. Like he did it even better, like 100%
Exactly.
better.
There we go
And
again.
he actually
There we go again.
brought the
There we
fight
go
back,
again.
unlike
Clear this up.
Charlo.
Like
Hold
I
on, let's
said,
clear this up.
triangle
No
theories
ducking,
don't
no
work.
life. No ducking, no life. Let me ask you this: Was
What's up,
David
bro?
Lemieux a cherry pick?
Yes, it is. We gotta call it how it is.
Okay, and so David Lemieux was a cherry pick. Is there anybody else on David's resume that you believe is a cherry pick?
Uh,
Kyron Davis.
Demetrius
yes,
Andrade.
And
yes.
so if you believe these guys are cherry picked, why did David Benavidez want to fight Jaime Munguia if he was going to cherry pick him just like Canelo did?
I've answered this before, but I can answer it again. I
Okay.
said that the reason he wanted Munguia is because he knew that if he got Munguia out of the way, he would have prevented Canelo Munguia. That didn't happen though. We all
Well,
saw what
shit,
happened.
hold on. That logic
Canelo
don't make
Munguia
sense
happened.
because no. That logic don't make sense because you think that you're not going to make a fight trying to prevent another fight. You're going to make a fight by enforcing your fucking mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bro, that's
Yes.
weird. That's a weird ass fucking argument.
Okay. But that's
Benavidez thinks Canelo would think about fighting Munguia. Like, how the fuck does that make sense?
And
Benavidez ain't no
Edgar
Benavidez ain't
and
no
Jesus,
fucking
I
prophet.
hate to say this, but I think looking back now, seeing what I've seen from Munguia, I think Munguia might have slept David.
Yep,
Like,
I agree.
I mean,
I
Munguia
agree.
would have made that shit competitive because he
Bravo.
got power.
I agree.
well, hopefully. I mean, at this point, David Munguia doesn't make sense. At this point, it's either like I said, it's either better be Bivol, Morel, or Canelo. Munguia is irrelevant at this point.
All right, man. We're
I don't see how that
Mike.
is.
Mike Trey said they hate Inouye and Saul because they ain't Americans, and is
That's
the
a
truth.
fact.
That
Well,
is the
that
truth.
Yep.
well,
Every American white man.
I actually think Canelo's being hated on because why? Because the face of boxing is Mexican, bro. I mean,
I
I
said it
agree.
before. I
I
said it
agree.
I ain't
before.
trying to pull the race card. I ain't trying to pull
No,
the race
that's a
card.
fact. That's a fact.
No,
We
that is a
But
fact, though. That is a
I
fact
said it
because
before. I said
a
it
lot of these
before.
people.
A lot of us have been saying that from the beginning.
it's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
because
fact.
picking and
you really
choosing.
think you
He's
really
doing what
think
Floyd
Demetrius
did.
Andrade, you
Nobody
really
likes
think
that shit.
Jermall Charlo, Tank Davis, you really think they would have all this hype if they weren't American or
Nope.
black? Because let's just say it how it is. Because literally all of the black American fighters that are supposedly undefeated, they get all this hype. But if we look at their resumes, we could compare them to European fighters who also have similar resumes. They don't get as much hype only because
I mean,
they're white.
look at Demetrius Andrade. This man was the European Slayer, but then they tried to hate on Canelo. It don't make any sense.
exactly.
Like
But
literally, they like Demetrius Andrade, but they hate on John Ryder. But when you compare their
right,
resumes, John Ryder has a comparable resume to Andrade. Like he literally beat Daniel Jacobs,
facts.
who was probably better than anybody Andrade fought. But they fucking hate Ryder because he's
And
white.
Facts.
and Andre pulled out the Jacobs fight as well. Let's not forget that part.
And
Yep.
look, we're gonna log out today, but I'm gonna get a final thoughts from everybody real quick. Hey, Jesus, Noe, no ducking, Edgar, and then Clavo. Let's get it done.
No.
Okay, so the only thing I gotta say is, for now, Benavidez has some work to do. But if he fucking puts that paperwork in and Canelo ducks his ass, we gotta call out Canelo because by this point, everybody wants that fight, and the guy submitted paperwork, and you still don't want to do it. Like by that point, what the fuck are we supposed to do other than call your ass out for being a coward? But until that happens, it's up to David Benavidez right now.
Facts. Noe.
Facts. Yep.
I just hope that David actually files in the paperwork so we can finally have a fucking fight.
That's it. No ducking.
Okay, so David's been calling out Canelo for the after Lemieux. So it's been a
Ah,
while
shit.
now. No more talking. Just fill in the paperwork. If not, he's gonna look like a dumbass. And I'll be back if he doesn't. But if he does, Canelo vacates. I want the same energy from especially from G Jesus, from Diddy.
Bro, I
Hey, I
literally
want you
just
back, bro.
said, I
That's what
literally
I'm
just
saying.
said that
Don't get
if he
emotional. I'm
submits the
just saying.
paperwork and Canelo doesn't choose them, I'm obviously gonna trash on him. I've
Thank
trashed on
you.
Canelo before. Like, what the
And
fuck
that's
is
what
this
we
guy
want. That's
talking
what we
about,
want.
bro? This
That's
guy's
what we want.
dumb.
Don't get too emotional, bro. We're going. We're
You're
gonna
the
go out.
emotional one because you got mad over a picture, but I'm the emotional one.
And Edgar Moreno, talk to me.
All right, bro. So again, like I said, and I was trying to dumb it down for No Doug, No Life. David holds the key. He has to file paperwork. If he does that, then I
Right.
don't believe Canelo's gonna duck. Canelo is asking for that money because it's like, okay, now I am the A side, and all these people want to fight, all this media wants to fight, so the money is there on the table for me to take. So if I'm gonna take the fight and whatever, I need to get paid for it. I don't believe he's gonna vacate. I believe that the first sequence of events is for again David to file paperwork. Once that is done, then we're gonna have a fight. And
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
we're going back and forth, but all we can do is state our opinions and our hopes, and we hope for the best outcome. And Canelo gets hated on because he's a Mexican. He's the face of boxing. He is truly the face of boxing, and he is Mexican, and that doesn't sit well with the media. And after he's gone,
Ya mámasela, güey.
and after he's gone, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm Mexican. I don't speak like you, but put some respect on my name. So, anyways,
Mámasela,
after
perro.
after he's gone,
Cállate,
then
güey.
there's gonna be very few guys to take the torch to keep that
See?
same energy to keep fighting champion after champion after champion.
Yo, Edgar, he's calling everybody else emotional, but he's literally talking shit in Spanish.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I mean, listen,
Bro,
yo soy mexicano también. Yo puedo hablar en
pero
español, pero
la
estamos hablando aquí en
hipocresía de
inglés.
este güey, ¿por qué es tan hipócrita este güey? Dice que
I
uno
don't
es
know.
emocional, pero ahí anda hablando mierda en español.
Yeah, yo no sé, pero por igual, no, son gente que con poco se dilatan.
Flavo,
Exactly.
Flavo.
All right, man. Look, let's just hope for all we can do is hope for the best as a fan and as a paying customer. Let's just hope for the best. One question for No Duck and No Life: did you purchase the pay per view for Tank Davis and Martin and Benavidez and Boston?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Low numbers though. Low numbers still.
Did you? No.
Oh my
Did you
god.
purchase it?
It's okay. What's your question, bro?
Oh my god.
Did you pay for that fight?
Yeah. Why?
Oh my god.
It's a simple question, bro. Did you pay? Did you purchase it or not?
Oh yeah, I already answered it. Yes, I did.
Bro, he got
You
scammed.
purchased it. Okay, man. Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure, man, because if you ain't paying for it, man, then your opinion don't really count. Regardless, man. Like I said, let's hope for the best. Hopefully, I don't want to see no fucking Berlanga. We don't want to see no Crawford. I don't want to see no fucking skull. We do want to see the Benavidez at 175. No ducking, no life, my nigga. Hey, man, stop gurgling on David Benavidez nuts. That shit's not cute, bro. Shout out, man. Shout out to sexy little
Same with
sluts and
Canelo's nuts.
act like you know
Same.
me, not like you owe me, bro.
Same.
Whoa,
Same.
okay.
And the only thing I'm gonna say is, man, I hope we get Canelo Benavidez. I hope these rumors are false. I'm gonna say no Berlanga, no Bud, no Charlo, and no fat chicks. We're out. Salute
Let's go.
everybody.
Salute.
All
Salute.
right. Salute.